Okay. Think everything's working? Question mark. Hopefully game audio is visible as well as my microphone audio. Everything seems to be going smooth. Hello, hello, hello. Mine, Steve, and Flocko with the Glocko. I still love that name. Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can all hear me, hear the game. The stream's all working. Please let me know if everything's all good. If there's anything wrong, not sure. But I'm glad to see we got some familiar faces already. Hello, hello. Just going to be getting started real quick here. Sorry for the slight delay in the start to stream. Had to run some errands, but otherwise, here we are. So, no reason to delay, really. We'll just get straight back into it. I believe last time we left off, we had just finished an encounter in the swamp. I don't think we're going to do Ethel just yet. But, you know, we'll see how we go. You're currently eating lunch at the moment? Ah, yes. Fair, fair, fair. Oh, goodness. We've still got to get back into the whole streaming mindset. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, obviously, I think everyone would do, but this is kind of just for the VOD's sake as well. We're doing this for charity, Macmillan Cancer Support, in support of Red's charity event. So, obviously, we have the goals up the top, I think. Should be working, actually. Let me double check that. Aha! Charity stuff is not visible. There we go. So you can see we've got our little goals at the top there as well. We've got currently we're looking for about the next goal to be about 750. So, but you know, people only can donate if they need to, if they can, I should say. Another for the Righteous playthrough. I need to get back to that game. I need to. Hey, Scratch. Oh, I don't have Speak with Animals on. I love that petting the dog just makes basically everyone immediately approve of you. Brilliant. Ah, I should have had my bloody Speak of Animals on. That's my fault. Alright, I'll leave for now. If I can turn that back on immediately. But yes, how is everyone today? The Friday, proper Friday. I'm still off of work at the moment, which is why I'm able to stream, which is nice. So, yeah, just enjoying the day. Oh, something. Health button. Why is it showing me that? Oh, I don't know. Anyways. Doing okay. Honestly, sometimes okay is just okay. Gotta get through each day as best you can. Now, what team do I actually want to bring? Because we were looking at Will. We had Will. We were kind of looking at the Warlock subclasses.
Oh,
Karlach, we made a... What did we make? We made you a... Half of the World Tree. I'd like to quite keep using that. Astarion, I want to respec. Because as cool as Highway Rider is, I don't think it fits him very well. So I'm going to just take a quick another pass over at the... oh, what they call it? The subclasses. You're doing a weekly food shop? Oh no, Steve. Well, the fact that you can still be here is very, very impressive, I'll be honest. Yeah, we'll keep all of this the same, I think. Yes, we'll keep all that the same. Yeah, no need to change any of that about. Let's see. We've also got... two, just get that out of the way. Level 3, I wanted to have a look at these again, because as cool as Highway Rider is, and I wanted to test out how it works, I don't think it fits him very well. I wanted to pop him on Soul Knife instead, so we're going to give that a go for a little while, as I think that will be fun. Alright, let us see here. That's a Starion. Multitasking at its finest. Who else did I want to make? So we had Lae'zel, they were a fighter, but we're keeping Karlach for a minute, so we've already got kind of the Marshal. We got the Rogue, we got the Bard, Warlock. I might go back to Gale, not sure. I'm not sure. Oh no, we could bring Shadowheart along for a bit, actually. We didn't really get to actually pick a Cleric subclass for her, so... Oh no, we did, it was level 1. I'm an idiot. No, it's not, it's level 3 now. I'm a bigger idiot. Yeah, no, let's grab Shadowheart for a little bit. Just to shake things up. Like you to wait in the camp for now.
The blade stands and...
Yep. We'll test out your Warlock stuff later, mate. Don't worry.
I have something to ask.
It seems like Will and Karlach will play nice from now on. Saves us having to pick sides.
That is rich coming from you when it comes to how you speak about bloody Lae'zel, I must say. Alright, join me.
Alright, so...
Let's have a look at your subclass. Right, Cleric. A lot of stuff got reworked. Obviously, the fact that we get our subclass at level 3 now being a big one, but we've also got a few other things. The Apocalypse Domain, the Astral Domain, the Grave Domain, the Mind Domain, and the Shadow Domain. Lots of different things, so we can actually start to take a look. Now, the Apocalypse Domain, if I remember correctly, is from the Cthulhu by Torchlight book. I've read that book recently because obviously me being a Cthulhu nerd quite likes quite likes that sort of thing, and honestly that book is very fun. Some of the subclasses are a little bit more on the jokey side, and some of them are very, very cool. If you've never seen Spell Scorned Barbarian before, go look it up. Very fun. But I believe Apocalypse Domain is from that book, if I'm not misremembering. And it actually is a very interesting subclass on its own. It comes with its own unique spells, including a Doom spell, if I remember rightly, which is a very, very fun spell to look at. So yeah, Apocalypse Domain. Few gods embrace the Apocalypse Domain, yet in times of war, disease, or social upheaval, it's clerics that appear at the end of grim cults that proclaim the world's imminent demise. Oh, at the head of grim cults, yes. Devotees of the Apocalypse Domain are usually apostates and heretics cast from religious orders for their fanatical conviction to the end of all things. The exact origin of their divine power confounds the elders of established religions. Sometimes, these clerics derive their powers from the gods of fate, doom, or change. More often, though, they seem to draw their power from the collective gloom of a population facing disaster. Perhaps the world's demise is truly imminent, and these visionaries have found some way to tap into the apocalypse as it grows near. That is one of the coolest bits of flavor text I've ever seen for a subclass. I just love that idea, but it's a divine power that doesn't necessarily come from just a deity, but the very idea of the apocalypse itself and how that affects the population. So interesting. So hi, Dex! Doom. Glad to have you here. So, with that, Apocalypse Domain gets a few things. First thing up is the Apocalypse Domain spells, of which, like I say, there should be a couple of new ones. We also have Visions of Annihilation. Again, the ability to foretell a creature's doom. As a bonus action, you can choose a creature you see within 120 feet of yourself. Until the end of your next turn, attack rolls against that creature or until the start of your next turn, I should say, attack rolls against that creature have advantage. So, that's not too bad. I don't think that uses our Channel Divinity, if I remember rightly. So that's actually just a pretty decent thing if you don't have anything to do with your bonus action. You can just say, hey, everyone gets advantage on attack rolls against that creature. That's actually really good. So overall, decent ability. We also have Doom Song. You can use your Channel Divinity to hasten a creature's doom. As a bonus action, you can expend one use of your Channel Divinity to choose a creature you can see within 120 feet of yourself. For 10 minutes... attack rolls against that creature can score a critical hit on a roll of a 19 or 20 on the d20. Yeah, so that, combined with some of your other abilities, are very, very cool. So obviously you'd cast Doom Song on like a boss at the start of combat, and then you just upkeep Visions of Annihilation, so you and the whole team are just crit all the time. Apocalypse Domain reminds you of the Dwarf Companion Cleric from the Kingmaker. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'll have to have a look at that a bit later. But yes, these two obviously being used together is a pretty potent combo. With Doom Song being a little bit more on the limited side, it's still very good against big boss encounters. So Apocalypse, very cool domain in my opinion. You're also going to get things like Darkness, Hellish Rebuke, Phantasmal Force, and Thunderwave. So overall, pretty standard stuff. Darkness, very interesting to have on a cleric. I quite like that. But overall, yeah, I'm not sure if they have included the Doom spell in this mod pack. We would have to see, because I believe it's a level 3 spell, so we wouldn't get it until a tad bit later. So we'll have to see. But overall, I think Apocalypse is honestly a pretty fun pick. I might choose it, but let's see what else we've got. The Astral Domain. This one I'm less familiar with. Gods in the Astral Plane are as lost to time and space as the realm they reign over. The Astral Plane fills the gaps between the planes of existence and is an important balancing force in the cosmic ecosystem of the multiverse. Practitioners of this domain see the absence of anything as something, and consider the astral plane the ultimate destination of all things. These acolytes follow the ultimate path to their destination, and help shepherd others along the way in a grand mission of entropy. Clerics of the astral domain are chaotic by nature, oh god, but typically choose to destroy evil where they find it and hasten the inevitable journey to the astral plane. That's interesting, kind of seeing the astral plane as like an afterlife of sorts. That's a cool interpretation of it, and I think that's an interesting thing to kind of base a subclass around. I like that. I think that's an interesting little detail, I must say. So yeah, no, astral domain, very cool. Let's see the abilities. Obviously the astral domain spells, we'll have a look at them later. Create Void. As a bonus action, you can expend a use of your channel divinity to open a planar tear at a point you can see within 60 feet of you, creating a powerful vacuum in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on that point. Each creature in the area makes a dex save. On a failed save, the creature takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus your cleric level, and is pulled up to 15 feet toward the point. On a successful save, it's half damage and they don't move. The tear then vanishes. That's cool. So it's kind of like just an extra attack, but it's also a bit of battlefield control. Not the most potent thing. I'm assuming that d8 will scale with our level, but that's just an assumption. And then planar reach. You can create and reach through brief holes of the fabric of reality. When you cast a spell that has a range of touch, you can make the spell's range 30 feet instead. You can choose this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. That's interesting. I'm not sure how applicable that would be in this game, but I could see the usage of it in tabletop for sure. So yeah. Then you're going to get things like Blur, Guiding Bolt, Invisibility, and Long Strider. Overall, less impressive than Apocalypse in my opinion, but again, we're just going through the new stuff. So let's have a look at Grave Domain. Basically, it's why does the little emote icon on the bottom right of the chat cover up parts of the chat? I can't actually read part of your chat there, Mine. All I see is it's basically black, but it's more balanced. I'm assuming that's like Black Mage or something. I'm not sure. Black Magic. I'm not sure what you're saying there. There'll have to be another chat message under yours for it to like scroll up. But yes, Grave Domain. The Grave Domain concerns itself with the boundary between life and death. To those who tap into this domain's power, death... Black hole, thank you! Now I can see it, because you've just pushed the message up. Honestly, sometimes I hate streaming on YouTube, just because I have to look at the... what is it? I have to look at the chat on my phone. So I've got my phone in front of me, and then I've got the game on the screen. But the mobile app is so rubbish, because the little emoticon icon at the bottom that shows like a heart covers part of the chat. It's ridiculous, and you cannot get rid of it from what I can tell. Unless, maybe I can. Maybe there's a setting. Chat filter. No, I don't want chat filter on. So let's turn that off for starters. There we go. Yeah, you can't get rid of it. It's annoying, but yeah, it's basically black hole, but a bit more balanced. Yeah, for sure. Grave Domain. So this one's pretty standard tabletop one. This one's been around for a bit longer. Let's have a look at the abilities. First off, you get the Grave Domain spells. It's Circle of Mortality. You can manipulate the balance between life and death, granting you the following benefits. The Pull of Death. Once per turn, when you deal damage to a creature that's missing any hit points, by casting a spell or by hitting with an attack roll. I thought that said biting. No, it says hitting. That creature takes an extra 1d4 necrotic damage. This extra damage increases to 1d6 when you reach Cleric level 11. And then you have Return to Life. You can cast Spare the Dying as a bonus action. Yay. We love Spare the Dying here, I suppose. Additionally, when you would normally roll one or more dice to restore hit points to a creature at 0 hit points of a spell or channel divinity, you don't roll those dice. Instead, the creature gains hit points equal to your Cleric level. That's interesting. That's very specific, though. But I guess it's meant to be, like, again, you kind of walk the line of, like, life and death, so it only works on creatures in 0 hit points. That's, I don't know. I don't know about this one. As a bonus action, you can present your holy symbol and expand the use of Channel Divinity to cast one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself until the start of your next turn. While cast, a creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. When you are an ally, you can see hits the cursed target with an attack roll. You can end the curse early to deal necrotic or radiant damage, your choice, equal to your cleric level. Okay, so it's kind of like the opposite of what we looked at with Apocalypse. You're just imposing disadvantage instead, which can be pretty brutal. But overall, I'm not as impressed with Grave, overall. It's got some interesting things. Obviously, you get Spare the Dying, which in this game will basically just heal a singular hit point. which, I mean, is about as useful as... it's about as useful as Spare the Dying is in the actual TTRPG. You're also going to get False Life, Lesser Restoration, Protection from Evil and Good, and Ray of Enfeeblement. Which, overall, probably the weakest one we've seen so far, if I'm being honest. Mind Domain. The Mind Domain celebrates the power of the mortal mind, channeling psychic energy to protect the faithful and smite their enemies. While this is most often associated with Path of Light or... oh gosh, the Radron? I'm going to say Radron. Path of Inspiration. Followers of the... oh, for God's sake, what's these names? Dalekir? Can also master this power. Visions of... oh my god, what are these names? Visions of Skurat? Maybe the X is silent. Orat. I don't know. Can drive a priest to madness, but they can also reveal deadly secrets of the mind. So, you'll get your Mind Domain spells, which are Command... Detect Thoughts, Dissonant Whispers, and Mind Spike. Overall, pretty decent selection there. You're going to gain access to Psychic Feedback. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself succeeds on a saving throw, you can take a reaction to expend a use of your Channel Divinity to impose disadvantage on the saving throw, prying into their minds before they succeed or fail. Interesting, okay. And then Psychic Force. You learn to buffet your foes with mental power. Whenever you cast a cleric spell that deals radiant or psychic damage, each target of that spell takes an extra psychic damage equal to your charisma modifier. That's not bad. That's extra damage. And being able to impose disadvantage on the roll as well for your psychic spells, so things like Dissonant Whispers and such like that. This is very decent. This is an offensive debuffing subclass, which I think works pretty well. And then the one that's probably the most appropriate here, Shadow Domain. The Shadow Domain embraces the darkness that surrounds all things and manipulates the transitory grey that separates light from dark. Shadow Domain clerics walk a subtle path, frequently changing allegiances and preferring to operate unseen. Sounds familiar. Isn't that right? With that, you get the Shadow Domain spells, but also Dark Vision, being able to see up in the dark if you couldn't already. Cover of Night, gaining proficiency in the Stealth skill and Dark Vision. In addition, you can use your bonus action to hide, so already bringing in a lot of the roguish elements. Then Lengthen Shadow. You can manipulate your own shadow to extend your reach. When you cast a cleric spell with a range of touch, your shadow can deliver the spell as if you had cast the spell. Your target must be within 15 feet of you. The target must be within 15 feet of you. You must be able to see the target. You can use this feature even if you're in an area where you cast no shadow. Oh, come on. Shadow Domain is so Sharon. Yeah, exactly. Also, hi, all's well that ends well. Good to have you here. You must be able to see the target. Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool ability as well. That just seems like a better version of what the other subclass did, which I think was Astral Domain, extending your reach. Yeah. There we go. So you've got Lengthen Shadow, and level 3 is Shadow Grasp. You can use your Channel Divinity to turn a creature's shadow against them. As an action, choose one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. It is restrained by its shadow until the end of your next turn. You can use this feature even if the area if the target is in an area where it casts no shadow. Ooh. You would just go with Tempest. Hi, Skywalker. Yeah, probably, but honestly, we're looking at all these awesome new subclasses that have been added. I think Shadow and Apocalypse are my personal favorites out of the new ones that have been added, and I think Shadow would make sense for Shadowheart, so we're going to take it. What do we get here? Bane, False Life, Blindness, and Darkness. Interesting. Okay. Let's get this stuff sorted. Access to level 2 spells. Ooh, what's this one? Searing Orb. Hello. You create and hurl a pulsing orb of energy at one creature within range, making a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes radiant damage. Hit or miss, the orb then explodes in a flash of light. The target and each creature within 10 feet must make a con save. On a failed save, the creature has the blinded condition, and it deals 3d4 radiant. That's cool. We're going to try that out later. I'll also grab Aid, because it's just generally useful to have. Sanctuary's busted, so we'll take that. Guiding Bolt, pretty standard. The healing spells, pretty good. We might grab Ward Away at next level. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Let's bring Shadowheart along for a bit so we can test this out. Okay, with that, I believe...
I wish to live in more interesting times.
We should be good to go. Right, let's leave camp.
You know what I really miss about Baldur's Gate? The food. Freshest fish I've ever had.
Like fish. Got it. Huh?
Red meat. Now, that's a different matter. Rare as can be. Dripping.
Man, Astarion was never
Well,
subtle,
unless
was
we
he?
find a cure, you won't have any teeth to chew it with soon enough.
Alright, so yeah, we managed to get the information about Korga as well, so we can do the Shadow Druid questline. I don't think I want to take on Ethel just yet. I'll do a few more things, maybe reach level 4 first. Get our first feat, because of course there's a ton of feats to go over.
Something bit me.
Just an
Looks like we
insect.
missed all the
I'm
fun.
sure you'll survive. Besides,
Mm-hmm.
it probably figured you for a tasty treat.
A nature check failed.
Give me an
Oh, what
aboleth
kind of
over a
creature
midge
could have
any
caused
day.
so much damage?
Oh, well, this place must be...
Something over there.
Ah. We don't have a shovel yet, do we? Is there one in this bag? No, but there are some scrolls. Ah, look! A scroll of dark vision. So they actually added the dark vision spell to the game, as you can see. A scroll of bone chill, why not? We can take that. We could take an agate to sell for later. Actually, we could sell the dark vision scroll as well. What do we got here? I did not mean to pick up that bedroll. That's fine. We've got a loot. It's an apple. No, he wasn't. He did not hide the fact that he was a... No, he did not hide it very well. Well, I mean, they kind of don't even try to hide it themselves, because he reveals it quite early, depending on how much you long rest. I just think it's so funny how much, like, they don't try to hide it. That is the funny part. I appreciate it when the game doesn't treat you like an idiot, you know? But anyways. Yeah, I'm just playing on the balanced difficulty just because I want a bit more of a standard playthrough. I'm not trying to do any particular challenge or anything like that. Normally when I play this game, I do play on Tactician, but because I want to get back into the mindset of streaming and not have to focus too much on the game, as you can clearly see, I just wanted something a bit more casual to do. So yeah, it's unbalanced, but you know what? This is more so I can engage with the chat and just enjoy exploring the new subclasses. When I make my builds for these new subclasses, which I shall try to do, as I hope I will have time to make videos again soon, I'll be able to do those on Tactician. I will test them properly like I used to. But for now, this is just a more casual playthrough, just to enjoy, get back into the game, and chat with you guys.
Can't beat it.
So what do I want to tackle in what order? We could go back to the Blighted Village. That is to search for House at the Goblin Camp. We don't need to do that right away. Most of what we need to do is back at the Druid's Grove. So let's go talk to some people, trigger some cutscenes. We could go maybe do the Tiefling Child quest with the Harpies. Could go do Alfira. Actually, I'll be curious to do what the heck? Oh, I'm rotting. Oh shit! I need to cure my. Oh fuck! I forgot. There's new things.
Whatever it takes.
Okay. You heal. Uh-oh. I need to cure my disease. Divine Spark? No. I don't have a disease-curing spell, game. This isn't fair. Oh, yeah, we'll take Holy Word as one of our divine cantrips. We could also grab... we could grab... Let's grab Thaumaturgy. And then... The other faith as well. We grabbed Vengeful Blade. Yeah, perfect. That's the Restoration. Oh, do I even have it on Better Heart at the moment? I'm not sure I do. Let me also fix the HUD real quick. That's the Restoration can cure it. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I don't even think. Well, that's the Restoration. Because genuinely, I've been playing with the Baldur's Gate 3 mindset. I did not even consider diseases and shite being more apparent. I don't think I have. Oh, but I can prepare it, can't I? Get Spellcaster. Look, it's been a minute, okay? I'll be honest, I've been playing more tabletop D&D than anything else at the moment. Let's take maybe just stick Centurion for a sec. That's the Restoration. That's now on. Get over here, you slithering idiot. Stop moving! I'm trying to click on you. There we go. Don't worry, I just got to remember how to play this game real quick. But yeah, I have to think of it now, actually, in D&D terms. I'm still in my Baldur's Gate mindset, but now I really have to think about all of the extra stuff, don't I?
Still alive, so that's progress.
Actually, let's get Shadowheart to use aid on us as well, just to give a bit of a bump in HP. So, oh, right, actually, I have to tell you. There we go. Karlach doesn't need the extra HP there at
No one back
Barbarian.
home will ever believe this.
Okay, we continue. Let us in! The gate! Open the gate! Playing with this camera mod is certainly interesting at times. Yes, we're back at the Druid's Grove. Is your custom character a bard? Yes, they are. This is the legendary bard Shagi. They are a College of Dance bard, because I wanted to give that a bit of a go, but I could see myself respecking it to pretty much any class throughout the build, just to test things out as we go, because there's a bunch of new things to test. I kind of want to give, like, Monk, Paladin, and all that a try. So we are a bard for now, but we can change things up a bit later. As you can see, we've got an unarmed strike here, which has its own kind of damage die to it. Also got some fun other cantrips here, like finger guns, which is just a stupid fun one. From the same book that brought us the Gunslinger class, which also, we have 4 new classes. Might try some of those out later as well. Speaking of tabletop, you've been playing in a campaign and you love it. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you managed to get into a tabletop game. It's not always easy for people. I remember when I used to do streams on this channel a bit before, I was like, oh yeah, I want to have all these character ideas, I want to play in all these different games. And now I'm playing in, or DMing, so many games that I've somewhat lost count. I will sometimes have D&D games of all different shapes and sizes, like multiple days in a row per week. It's been brilliant. And it's not just been D&D either. We've been running things like Monster of the Week, probably one of my favorite systems to DM at the moment. Been having an absolute blast with that. As well as I obviously am a Call of Cthulhu DM. For those of you who've been around the channel long enough will know I love that system. Oh, let's talk to Bolo. And that's been incredibly fun as well. Obviously doing some Call of Cthulhu here and there. Less now. It's mostly D&D, a lot of homebrew stuff. Honestly, it's been absolutely amazing.
A few questions, if you please.
Nice, you personally prefer Fighter. The Rune Knight subclass is your favourite subclass, both in BG3 and in Tabletop. Well, Skywalker, that's interesting. I got a friend who very much likes Rune Knight, who probably would share that opinion.
Glory. Now then,
No, Rune Knight is very, very cool. Yeah, so I do,
describe
for this
that
friend that I play with is
particular
playing a
batch
Rune
of
Knight fighter now,
size,
in a campaign that we're in.
nature,
And he's one of the most
distinguishing
interesting
qualities.
characters.
You search
Honestly,
your
the
mind,
way you can use the
successfully
runes
recalling various
and have it attached to your
details of
background and for
goblin
roleplay,
behaviour.
not just the mechanical stuff, is so fun. It's so fun. Although, honestly, our DM for that campaign is an absolute star and really knows how to work that stuff in a really cool and interesting way, so kudos to everyone all around. But no, I love Rune Knight, just from exposure.
Ye gods! Can it be? How terribly...
You low-key want to try Pathfinder because of their archetype system? Yes,
And
I
the
have a passing
dragon
interest
they
in
had
Pathfinder.
marching in
It's
the
a
rear, was it
little
of
bit
the
more
brass or
on the
silver
mechanical
variety?
side of things compared to D&D, from at least from what I've seen. But Red herself, she started with Pathfinder, and it's a really, really interesting system, and I want to learn more about it. So to be honest, I need to actually ask a friend of ours about that. Oh, he's alive. Hi, Ben. Yes, I am, for once. But yes, I am alive, and I'm streaming for charity. Please check the description if you want more information.
Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Surprising, right? God damn it. It's like when I come out. It's like when like a person who's like a bit of a shut-in, like a teenager or something, comes out of their room for the first time in ages. They walk downstairs and their family's like, "Look who decided to join us." That's what happens when I stream. people be like, "Huh, well, where have you been?" I promise I'll come back in some form
I'd imagine him
eventually.
quite displeased. Since their
The group is
change
starting
in
an Eberron
the
campaign, and we're all
these
super excited.
goblins come
Eberron
forth
really
by
interests me.
strategy anathema to their
I got my buddy Sky. He loves playing
Intend to get to
Artificer,
the
which
bottom
obviously
of it.
comes from everyone. Artificer is his favorite
Preparing to
class.
head to their camp as we speak,
And I
in
made
fact.
like a custom subclass and everything for the campaign that I'm
Excuse me,
running.
I ought not to dawdle.
Actually, I should show you guys my custom classes and not classes, subclasses one day. Because I've got some funky ones that are very specific to my setting that you guys might find interesting. I've got one for every class, including Artificer. They're very fun. I've got some of my players who are using some of them, and they've been having a good time. So, you know, it's cool. But, yeah, no, I would love to actually get more into the Eberron setting. It's very, very interesting to me.
Never you mind. Who needs
You've been on
mercy when
Pathfinder
you've
for a
got
Thursday
time?
campaign is fun, but more
And
orientated in
an
D&D is not
invisibility
as easy to
potion
make a specific
stashed
build.
in your back
Interesting, okay. In your opinion.
Until we
I
meet
like, but then again, I really like, obviously D&D is a team game and you can bounce off each other, but character builds mostly do exist in their own vacuum. I like games that are more team-based, which is actually why I like Monster of the Week so much, because each of your teammates are very important, and you have to rely on each other and bounce off each other's abilities to succeed. So if Pathfinder leans more into that sort of direction, then it might actually be a pretty good system for me, so... I'll take that insight into account when I'm kind of giving it a proper look. So thank you. That's interesting. Yeah, Dex. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, I get that at work sometimes myself, but usually I'm not even just. I usually show up on time, luckily. Right, who do I need to speak to? I need to speak to. Hello.
Why are you here? I sent you to Zevlor.
Hey, bitch. You're a shadow druid.
What?
Okay, it's time for me to admit something. I've never actually seen this cutscene. I have never done this questline before. I know it exists, and I knew it was a thing. I just never actually did it. So this is my first time seeing this cutscene. 1,000+ hours in this game, by the way. One thing about Pathfinder when you're making classes is there isn't really subclasses. You have to build your character more free. You have to be careful what feats you take. Yeah, I got a little bit of that when I played Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous.
No need.
You really wanted to play double
couldn't be
character via the monster
Hold
playbook,
up.
and sadly the campaign
does it
fizzled
mean
really
all
quickly.
this?
No, genuinely,
You think
Monster of the
yourself
Week has some of the
quite the
most
spy,
interesting and
Go on,
dynamic character
tell
creation
him.
I've ever seen in an RPG, because all of the class abilities are roleplay based, and it's literally just stuff you talk about in the campaign. Like, for example, you can if you wanted to play the archetype of the guy who has absolutely no powers but is somehow really useful, it's called the Mundane, is the character sheet, and one of the abilities it has is called Oops, where all it says is you accidentally stumble across something useful, tell the DM this, and they'll explain what you find. That's just an ability they get to just, whenever they want, just stumble across something that's important to the mystery, which is absolutely mind-boggling, and you'd think it would be broken. It really isn't, because the DM just has so much narrative control, and actually it always helps to further the plot, and you usually don't have players that will just abuse all that sort of thing. Monster of the Week is definitely something where the team aspect is really important. In fact, when you create your characters, you actually have to go around the table and discuss how each of your characters are related to each other and how they know each other before you even start in session 0. So it's like you already create the team dynamic before you even start playing, which really helps with the roleplay side of things. I love Monster of the Week. If any of you guys have a passing interest in Monster of the Week, please give it a go if you can, even for just a one-shot. It is fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorite systems to run at the moment. Yeah, the monstrous playbook? Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. For me, D&D is easier when trying to make a character because of the subclass structure, but I guess that's just me and my autism that need order. Yeah, I can understand that. But overall, I think it's just the system that you're more used to, and D&D is more accessible. So, I don't know. Anyways.
What's in there? Cloakwood.
He's alive! Hi, Micah. Yes, I am
Have you
alive.
lost your mind?
Halsin is weak.
Brilliant.
Wrath.
This is going to happen a lot
shadows.
today, isn't it?
We are strong.
Everyone's
We are
suddenly
safe.
discovering I live.
There is no other way.
You and Halsin welcome untouchables to your midst. You defile the grove for the sake of harmony.
Olladin speaks truth. Who among you disagrees? Who would see this grove in ruin?
Exactly, yeah, Mina, you are correct. If you're playing as a more monstrous character, you definitely have a
choice is
different
made.
perspective than the rest of the party.
Korga, burn the tainted
Korga, and then I just see
wood.
Korga as an
Starve
idiot.
the snitch.
right under that.
As you say, Olladin.
Yeah. The shadows won't save you, they'll corrupt you. Stop this while you can. Come on, persuasion. Come on, guidance. Come on, lucky moon dice. Yes! That's why we play a bard, baby.
No. You don't know what you say. In shadow, we are purified.
Korga's voice breaks and her lips tremble. She heard reason in your words.
Love your dice. Yeah, I originally got these for a Dancer of Isla Stripe playthrough because, you know, the moon and all that, but never got round to that. You know I'm right. Don't let the shadows corrupt you. Come on. It's even easier than before. Uh-oh. Never mind, we're good. I mean, you've been gone for months now. Yeah, that's fair.
When?
As for...
When
I mean,
the
I can tell you guys
darkest hour fell, it was
why
us
I've been
that brought
gone.
light.
It's just...
Sylvanas demands we illuminate
I just got
shadow,
busy.
not hide within it.
My priorities
Oh, was I
in
so
life
right?
desperately
Careful,
shifted.
Korga.
Well, I say desperately,
shadows
not desperately,
don't
but
forgive.
basically just my priorities in life
To
shifted.
the
I had other
shadows
things that I wanted to
no
focus
longer.
on, other aspects of my life,
You've no
mostly
power
social.
over me.
Some big things
You
happened in my life.
question
Not
my
bad things,
power.
good things, and I just wanted to focus on them.
Mother Earth,
So
hear me.
yeah, I just took a step back from YouTube for a while. YouTube itself also just became kind of more difficult to manage, and just as it in its own right is just a bit of a cesspool, if I'm honest. The YouTube website itself, not our community. Our community is great, but the YouTube website itself just kind of got worse and worse and worse, and I just didn't really want to deal with it so much anymore. But I'm coming back now, mainly because A, I want to get back into streaming, and B, I do want to get back into making videos because we do have so many more resources like this new D&D based mod that's come out, giving us all these extra classes and subclasses I get to play around with, which has really reignited my creative spark. So I do plan to come back. I just had to take a step back to focus on other aspects. That's all. Yeah, that's why I've been gone. But I do plan to return in some aspect. It just might take some time. That's all. Still quite busy at the end of the day. Right, Astarion. Let us see. We can pull out our Psychic Blades. Understandable? Yeah. I'd like to think so. And then we can Green Flame Blade the first one with our Psychic Blade. Very nice, passing on the fire damage. And then we will disengage and move back. Slightly out of attack range. There we go. Motherfucker, you have one... Oh no, that wasn't... That was not him. That was the wine bottle on the table I'd highlighted. I'm like, why is this dude squaring up when he has 1 HP? And then I realized I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, this character is an Aasimar, by the way. Totally forgot to mention that. Let's kick. Punch. And we can actually activate our Celestial Revelation to give us... How about we try this? Let's frighten him. Hey, that's cool. I do love your class builds. I always find myself coming back to them whenever I'm struggling with building the companions or just want to start a new campaign. Yeah, no, I'm glad you enjoy them. Like, that's the thing about a channel like mine, is that a lot of YouTube channels will make videos that once they kind of have existed for like a small amount of time, the videos, obviously, usually if they're on like popular topics, like a lot of Let's Play channels will play like newer games, once that stuff kind of fades, they're not like quite as relevant anymore. But luckily when you make things like my builds, for example, people do come back to them over a longer period of time, because a lot of the time, especially if you're looking at it from a more roleplay side of things, which is what I mostly try to focus on, luckily those ideas can still be relevant, even the older videos. I mean, obviously some patches and such for the game changed how the older builds work, if they still work at all. Some of them don't, sadly. But overall, I like to think that a lot of my videos can still be watched now. So, yeah, that's why the desire to create new ones as frequently as I was kind of diminished. Because I'm like, I've done most of it now. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the videos, at least. Sorry, again, that I've not been as active. Oh, that's just how the cookie comes. Another power of the Apocalypse system you enjoy is masks. Not heard of that one. I'll have to give that one a look. So I've been meaning to look at more Powered by the Apocalypse games, because in general they are quite interesting. Monster just being my personal favourite example. Ah, you missed. Oh, they're wild shaping. Ooh. Alright, Karlak. Actually, I might move a bit closer before I rage, because then World Tree stuff can activate. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're playing a Path of the World Tree Barbarian, so we can use Life-Giving Force. We've got some temporary HP from our transformation. We can also pass it on to others. For example, I can give some Life-Giving Force to them, giving them a bit of extra temp HP. And now we get to move in for an attack on this large badger. And it automatically applied Reckless Attack because I was going to miss. That's fun. Masks is basically Young Justice if it was a TTRPG. Okay, I'll have to see about that then. That actually does sound interesting. I was wondering for a Skyrim build, but Skyrim is complicated. Okay, so I know people make builds for Skyrim, but Skyrim is kind of just like one of those games where... It's one of those games where, like, if you play it long enough, you're not really running a build anymore, you have everything. So Skyrim builds as a concept never interested me that much. I usually just, when I play, I'm just like, you know, I'll spec into maybe something like Conjuration Magic a bit early, and then the rest is just whatever happens to level up at the time. Like, you do get, like, a strategy that's kind of based on your playthrough in the early to mid-game, but you play for long enough, and when I play Skyrim, I will do, like, hundreds of hour-long playthroughs on a single file. It all kind of just melts together a little bit. I suppose the build-making aspect of Skyrim comes out more in, what you prioritize doing first in your playthrough roleplay-wise. So, for example, what you call it, like if you wanted to be a rogue, maybe you did the Thieves Guild playthrough first. Like, usually when I think of a Skyrim build, I'm thinking of what am I prioritizing in my playthrough first as terms of like quest lines rather than like skills. That's just me. Currently playing an outsider in a PE powered by Apocalypse. Yeah, outsiders are aliens who for one reason or another have come to Earth. Oh, interesting. There's a new probably not new, but there's an RPG that I've seen that's been kind of making the rounds at the moment. That a lot of people are kind of memeing a bit because it's pretty balls to the wall. It's called Mothership. It's like meant to be a sci-fi one. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. People are kind of laughing about it because they're like. There was this one meme I saw. What was it? It's like, oh, we're level 1. We just did 4d10 of damage in the first round of combat, but the combat didn't end, so now we're fucked and probably gonna die. Like, apparently it's very brutal, and the numbers are very high. Like, people are out here rolling D100s on, like, a gun check or something. It's a game with very high numbers. I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of Mothership. Accumulate everything and become a stealth archer in the end. Yeah. I didn't realize that, like, the stealth archer thing was a meme until... Because I did my first ever playthrough on PS3 back when I was, like, 13 or 14. I did not realize that stealth archer was such a common build. Because, yeah, I was the stealth archer, unintentionally giving into the trope. When I was really young, I forgot to switch back to melee. God damn it. And then I found out years later... that, yeah, no, Stealth Archer was memed to hell because literally everyone did it. So that was a fun revelation. Let's use... Can I back up at all? Am I going to take an opportunity attack? No, yeah, we could probably use Heavily Word from this point. Get him. Nice. Skyrim makes you into a god anyway? Yeah, that's true. Let's say you've been playing for years and now you're just unkillable at the end. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of why I've always liked, like, more, like, modded Skyrim playthroughs as well, because a lot of the mods you can get, like, in those big mod packs take that sort of thing into account. The last time I did a long-form playthrough on Skyrim, I played, what was the mod pack called now? I actually am not going to be able to remember to tell you. But long story short, it added the ability to kind of play as a pugilist or a monk-type character. And I thought, I've never really used unarmed strikes in the Skyrim before, so I thought I'd give it a try. And honestly, it was one of the most fun playthroughs I've done. It kind of became a slightly roguish character, but mostly focused on unarmed combat. That, basically ended up just suplexing everything. Like, I just went through the game. Dragon Priest, suplex. Animal in the Wilderness, suplex. Like, it was so fun, and honestly, it was one of the... And, like, I had a bunch of, like, companions following around as well. Like, basically created a little party, kind of like Baldur's Gate. It was really, really fun. I quite enjoyed that. And I guess that's, like... And it basically, yeah, because what the mod did is it added an unarmed, like, skill tree, and it, like, merged, like, stealth and lockpicking and other things together.
If it's an argument you seek.
So, no, it was fun. And I guess you could say, yeah, that's build making. But at the same time, I also had things like magic and, you know, like, other things from, like, the fighter selection, yada, yada, yada. So, it wasn't, like, a specified build. It was just like, hey, I wanted to punch things, and so I did.
I was thinking I could make us safe. A foolish notion. To think we'd find comfort in shadow. I endangered a child. I betrayed the Circle's trust. We will stop the Rite, and I will stand trial. My fate lies with Sylvanus. May he have mercy. We will grant them safe harbor until they depart. Meanwhile, help us contend with the goblins. Perhaps we can dissuade them from attacking. It began with a letter.
Yeah, I've never actually seen any of this dialogue before.
It simply
I've
appeared.
never done this questline. Don't know why, just never have.
Oladen came soon after. An army was coming, she said. Goblins, drow, and more still. Legions upon legions. The druids of Cloakwood knew the dangers this would bring. They ordained that all circles cast the Rite to shelter from the storm. Oladen taught me to harness the Tree Father's power to wall us in. In return, well, you know the rest. I would turn the Grove over to them. I won't forget the wounds I've
Finally
inflicted.
done the Spider-Man 2 glitch, and now you can chat more
to
freely?
heal them in full.
What do you mean? You'll admit you always murk Karga. Well, yeah, I can get that, but I don't know. I just like to kind of see the other possibilities. And Karlak is still on fire. Yeah, because Karlak's rage lasts a little while. So she's going to be a bit angry for a minute, but that's okay.
I do not hate you. I am ashamed of how far that you
Imagine if we got a Curse of Strahd campaign. Yeah, dude. Do you guys remember when... Oh gosh, we did the charity event, what was it, 2 years ago now? Must have been 2024. I ran that Baldur's Gate 3 one-shot for the stream, which was basically kind of Descent into Avernus, but with the BG3 cast specifically focused on Karlak. I reckon I could do, like, something like that, but for Curse of Strahd, if I really wanted to. The question is, if I really want to. Everyone I watch is becoming a VTuber. I see this as an absolute win. Oh, hi, Sylph. Good to see you. I'm not a VTuber. I don't consider myself as one. I just have this little guy that I got made for when I appeared in my friends' streams, so like Red and them. Basically, I got it commissioned. The artist is Blackberry Tea. They are absolutely lovely. Found them on VGen. Recommendation comes from Red. Basically... I just kind of have it still there. Oh, what? Apparently something happened. Wait, hold up. Oh, shit! Someone donated. Sorry. I'll come back to that. As I have just been informed by the lovely Red that a donation had happened. Good lord. Sorry, let me check the campaign real quick so I can give a proper thank you. But yeah, no, I'm not a VTuber. I don't consider myself as such, but I play, but I have a lot of VTuber friends, as well as I appear on a lot of streams. So it's just a little guy that pops up to represent me in those streams. Let me just double check. Ah! Ryan. Of course. With Ryan, a buddy of mine, funnily enough, the person who I was just talking about who plays the Rune Knight. Yes, they have made a donation to the cause. Thanks very much, buddy. hopefully you were able to get all the goodies that you wanted from the charity. So for those of you that don't know, if you donate to the charity, there's basically a little shop where, depending on what you donate, you can pick up a bunch of little extra goodies that will be sent to you. A bunch of little D&D themed items. The more stuff that gets taken off and purchased, the more that stays. The more stuff gets brought into the shop that you can purchase. There'll be new things kind of rotating in and out. So please, if you have any interest in donating to the charity, it's not just donate and forget. You actually do get a bunch of small little goodies as well that you get to choose from. So please take a look at the link in the description if you have any interest in doing so. But don't worry if you can't. Just spreading the word helps out a ton. But yeah, thanks, Ryan. I'm going to message him as well. But yeah. Hang on a second. Let me catch up on chat now. So you're speedrunning the main story. Oh, I see. Okay. Technically, this is a PNG tuber, but it can also just be taken as a Fuji. Yeah, I'm using Fuji to do it. Technically, I'm sat in a private Discord channel right now, just so it appears. Hi, Eclipse. How much did you miss? We completed the Shadow Druid questline. That's basically it, and Karlak is very miffed about it. But yes, I do need to speak to Zevlor. But yeah, that means we've raised about 700 and is it 60, 770 pounds for charity. That's pretty damn good, especially when Macmillan is such a, as far as I'm concerned, reputable and charitable organization. They are absolutely lovely people. Oh, you have a Fuji as well. Yeah, nice. I was quite, like I say, the artist who did mine was Blackberry Tea. They are a lovely artist who worked really, really hard to get it done. I think it looks absolutely awesome. I think they got the design down pretty on pat. So yeah, no, I'm quite happy with it. And I just like having it in my little area for streams, because when I was streaming...
Left over from my
oh gosh, what was it? What was I streaming before? I was streaming this, but then there was something I streamed a little while ago, which I had it up. Oh no, because I was streaming with GTFO, with Kirk and everybody. First, you know, Get Your Roll On, who is a member of this community. They've also started streaming, and so I hang out on their streams some time as well. Very cool dude. I've given them a shout out on the channel before.
We need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't...
So yeah, no, I've been appearing in a few streams here and there. So honestly, we do have a lot of friends of the channel. Obviously, there's Red, there's Kirk / Get Your Roll On, there's you know, my friend like Golden. I've got like Anka. I've got quite a few people who I'm friends with who I appear on their streams where I can. So you see me around. You just got to look around. I'm just not always here. But yeah, that's why I got the thing made, and now it exists on stream.
It's no small thing to ask.
No, you don't need to donate if you can't. Absolutely fine. Literally just being here, supporting the stream, coming and hanging out. All you need to do. Nobody ever needs to feel pressured to donate for any reason. I just like to give a little reminder, if you can and you want to, and some of the stuff there appeals to you, then obviously it goes to a good cause. But if you can't, just come, chill, hang out. That's what we're here for at the end of the day. It's just to kind of get back into this, because again, we have an awesome community here. And I've missed you guys. I genuinely have.
Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word.
Interesting, the Domains of Dread. Okay, I'll have a look at that, Sylph. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, no, I've had a passing interest in Curse of Strahd, because I kind of incorporated a version of Strahd himself into my current campaign that I'm running. It's not Strahd as in Strahd himself would be in the actual books. It's more like I've taken the name, the idea, and the concept and the abilities and kind of made them into a sort of newer villain, which fits the setting a little bit more. And my players are currently shitting bricks a little bit because they're about to run into him. Because that campaign has gone so far off the rails, I can't even begin to describe it. And honestly, we could be here for hours of me regaling you the tale of, oh no, I don't want to leave the grave yet, of what's been going on in that campaign. Like I say, if I ever get around to, like, sharing some of the stuff that I made for that campaign, like the subclasses and that, you'll see exactly how wild that sort of thing can get. But yeah, no, I'd love to do, like, again, little one-shots or, like, sort of shorter campaigns where I throw the BG3 cast into, you know, different scenarios. Like, I've got one for the Astral Plane that I've maybe been cooking up. A dive into Ravenloft could be fun. You never know. We shall see. Turn Strahd into a bigger monster than he already was. Hi, hun. Nice to see you join the chat. I know you've been lurking, but don't. Red will tell you exactly how batshit that campaign has gone. I'll tell you what.
I do wish I could understand you.
Oh yeah, I meant to speak to these people, didn't I? 'Cause I did actually save your daughter's life.
What's up for discussion?
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
You saved our little
Yeah, no,
girl
I
and
may
stopped
have
the
made
witch trial.
Strahd worse.
Thank you.
Just
You're
a
in
bit
your
more
best.
powerful than before.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
Okay, look, that out of context is kind of wild. That is kind of wild, putting it like that, I will say. Okay, we'll keep that for Gale. I do want the Hellrider's Pride on Shadowhearts. We're going to equip you with that. I'm glad we got our hands on that. Good.
These things have stayed interesting.
Good, sir. You done what? Okay. How do I explain this in a way that makes sense? Because, again, this is upwards of, what, 100 or so hours of session time over the course of a year. Okay, look, it makes sense. So, in my setting... Someone is vacuuming outside right now. I'ma just ignore it. So, in my setting, Dragonborn are cursed beings, similar to lycanthropy. So becoming a Dragonborn is something that you can be cursed with and actually become over time. And as such, Dragonborn in my setting are kind of seen the same ways that werewolves and such are, and vampires. In which... there aren't a lot of Dragonborn left in the setting. I actually barred my players from being able to pick Dragonborn at character creation. So when there was... and because this is... so to explain further as well, the setting is a modern day setting as well. It's kind of a D&D fantasy setting, but set far into the future. So like pop culture and technology somewhat mimics our own. Anyways, long story short, there was a pharmaceutical company working to cure vampirism. And they tried to use the Dragonborn curse to do it, accidentally creating a formula which could make Dragonborn vampire hybrids, which is as scary as it sounds. Strahd got their hands on it and is now basically a blood dragon vampire lord. I'll be honest, I didn't plan for any of that to happen. It just sort of did. My campaigns get very, very off the walls. Were Dragon. Blood Dragon Strahd with a gun. Oh yeah, no. We've surprisingly got very few characters who use guns, considering the setting.
Moon reminds me of your grave.
Cool as fuck, also terrifying. Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had an entire arc that was WWE wrestling. Because one of the subclasses I made for Monk was the Warrior of the Ring, which is all about being able to replace your Flurry of Blows actions with various wrestling moves that do different things. So that was kind of cool. So we had a WWE arc, which sadly got cut off because one of the players got a little overzealous and injured a fighter a bit too much, which ended up with them going to court. And we had 3 sessions where they had to go through a court case under Zone of Truth. And then, oh, what else has happened? There's the talking skeleton named Rattles the Bone Man. That's everyone's favorite NPC. I could go on with these out-of-context things. The campaign's fucking wild. Very entertaining. Oh, hi, Dark. There you are. Oh, gosh. Funny thing is, I kind of have to keep talking over this, or else my stream is going to get copyright claimed, and I'm not even kidding. For some reason, a bunch of YouTube cover channels will copyright scenes with this song accidentally, so I have to keep talking so that I don't get caught with a strike. It's kind of funny. But yes, no, my campaign is very stupid, I've found. Like I say, we've made some wacky stuff for it. To be fair, like, the subclasses and stuff that I made, while they were also a bit crazy, like the monk wrestler subclass, you've also got things like my artificer subclass, which is basically like cyberpunk style body modding. You get to put infusions on your body parts, and they don't count towards the infusions you can give to others on items. That's been one of the crazier ones, I'll say that much. Hi, Cherry! Wrestling to a courtroom is a very fun situation to be in. Yeah! So, some of the abilities that the Warrior of the Ring gets, like, so basically the way it works is that when you spend your flurry of blows, you can roll the attack roll, but then if you hit, you can choose to replace one of your flurry of blows with a martial art move that does something slightly different, like tripping someone up. You can even do things like taunt the enemy by casting like Vicious Mockery using your Wisdom modifier. Fun little things like that. But then as you level up, you'll get like, so you get your martial art move, then you'll get your signature move, then you'll get a finisher move. So the signatures are at level 6 and the finishers are at level 14. And you can replace each of your flurry of blows with a different move of each category. So by the time you're a high level monk, you could do a single flurry of blows, hit 3 times and do basically a wrestling move, a signature move, then a finisher move, all in one kind of broad stroke. It gets very stupid, but it's very fun.
Trouble finding
was going to ask about the Vicious Mockery? Yeah. So you get the ability to use Vicious Mockery using your Wisdom if you pick a certain martial art move. Because you get to pick, it's kind of like Battle Master Maneuvers, you pick a certain amount, and then you get to use those ones, and you can change them each level up. You got to lurk again, but you'll be around to ban people. Thank you for joining the stream, hun. I'll see you later. So, you remember when I said my priorities changed in life? I'll be in trouble for that later. Anyways. All I think about is the wrestling... Shut up, Ben. I think about it, the wrestling subclass is Roman Reigns or Rey Mysterio. Exactly. So my buddy Anka, who is playing the wrestling character in that campaign, is playing Jushin Panther, the Tabaxi fucking wrestler who wears like a mask, and it's so cool. He's one of the coolest characters. He's so fun.
This is embarrassing.
How's the balance?
Gods.
Well,
I haven't finished a song since
okay.
the Harla died.
The balance is interesting because it depends on the
Haven't played
subclasses
at
chosen.
all.
Honestly, I think my campaign has actually been
She was
quite
playing her
balanced.
lute.
I've had campaigns. We've had fights where they've
Didn't hear
absolutely
the noise
dominated,
coming.
but we've also had fights where
There
they've
was
really
so
had
much
to struggle.
blood.
And I've had fights where I've nearly killed a few people.
I can
Like,
still smell it.
despite the fact that my subclasses are quite strong. To be fair, my players are only level 8 at the moment. They will be pretty strong, because pretty soon, they don't know this yet, pretty soon I'm going to bump them up to level 10 in one go. Shh. But, no, the balance has been surprisingly good. Maybe when we get a bit further into this, I can actually pull up the document and show you guys some of the subclasses and changes. Because I think you guys will find it genuinely interesting.
Screaming. Until now, I'd forgotten what it was like. That
I thought you were lurking, hun. I thought you were lurking.
the Weeping Dawn will be my
You come out of
gift
lurk
to
to
her.
call me out.
Thank you. I needed
Hey,
this.
you guys beat Sephiroth. You're fine. Oh yeah, they fought Sephiroth at one point. Look, it's not important. That's not an important part. That's a footnote in the whole thing. Having a setting with advanced Magitech technology is very fun. You get to do some fun and wacky shit with your players. Perfectly balanced on all things should be. But yeah, no, the Luchador Tabaxi, very fun character. No, so we've got a Cyberpunk 2027-esque Artificer who can body mod themselves with magic items and various infusions. You've got who else have we got in the party right now? that's actually using my custom subclass. We've got another Vengeance Paladin. We've got obviously the War of the Ring, which I've talked about. We've got my College of Wanderers Bard, which is kind of a bit like Circle of the Land, but for Bard, in which you get to pick a genre of music and get a new spell list based on the genre that you pick. And later on, you get different Bardic Inspiration effects based on the genre that you pick as well. Like, you use Bardic Inspiration and then additional effect is applied. As well as you get the ability to become a Marshal as well if you want, kind of like Valor, but not quite. Fun stuff like that. Sephiroth is like a level 20 threat at least. Yes, but in the context of this, it was a VR simulation. So it wasn't actually Sephiroth, it was just they had to go through a VR simulation and it got hacked, and this like hacker character basically threw in a bunch of video game characters at them, which was very, very fun. I got to get them to go through a gauntlet of classic video game villain fights, which was very, very fun. Oh, basically, yeah. What else have we got in the party right now? Yeah, so College of Wanderers Bard is pretty fun. We had at one point, but this character is actually no longer a member of the party. They had to swap to a backup because of story reasons. They got arrested. We actually had my Magitech Warrior subclass, where I basically took Final Fantasy VII's materia system and made it into a fighter subclass. Which was very, very fun. So basically you get to take magic items and spell scrolls, break them down into these like little cores that you can put into a Magitech weapon to use those spells and effects as part of like your fighter actions. So like when you attack and such like that. That was a very cool subclass. What else did we have in the party? I'm trying to think of everybody while I'm still playing. We have my City Domain Cleric, which I adapted from a old Modern Magic UA that never actually made it to print. That's right, I was meant to find Zoru. I totally forgot. But yeah, oh no, I'm just gonna go to the Goblin Camp, fuck it. Yeah, that was an interesting one. So, like, basically being able to... They kind of are, like, the heart of the community type cleric. They're almost like a modern-day, like, kind of charity worker or something like that, like, but as a cleric subclass. So they're, like, very personable. They get benefits to, like, their persuasion and such like that. And they also get to traverse city areas, like, basically, like, magical doorways can open up for them and they can change it so that traffic moves aside for them and such like that. That's very fun. So a nerf version? Yeah. Sephiroth is level 30 at least. Oh no, don't. I have a super boss version of Sephiroth that the players can fight at any time they want to. I'll just say, you guys want to try this, go for it. But he will just kill them. Well, you say that. They had, basically, the way the Sephiroth fight, a part of that fight, because it was a multi-stage fight, worked, was they had to beat Sephiroth in a certain amount of rounds, otherwise Meteor was going to just give them an auto game over. They would just had a complete party wipe. So I made sure the threat was there. I know, it sounds dumb, but trust me, it makes sense. Oh, that UA is a lot of fun. It has a wizard casting spells through security cameras. Yes, I put that on the Ghost in the Machine Warlock. So some of the subclasses that I made were adapted and reworked for 2024 with my own additions, some of which are completely brand new. Including one that I'm actually quite proud of, which is my Circle of the Concrete Jungle Druid, which was completely original. Basically gives you the ability to use Druid's nature's abilities in urban environments while also turning you into an earthbender, giving you a concrete armor form that you can transform into to become extremely tanky. That one's really fun. Where's the city planner druid? But yeah, also Solaire was there. Okay, Doc, yeah, you can explain that one in the chat if you want. Again, don't question it. What else was there? Oh, yeah, so this, yeah, Circle of the Concrete Jungle is a fun one. We also have things like Technomancer Wizard, Force Mage Sorcerer. Again, maybe I'll pull up the document in a bit and I can show you guys.
Reason to be here. Fexite.
If you guys are interested, I can show you.
Power courses through you. Authority.
Sound dumb? No, that sounds amazing. Yeah, no, if you guys want to, I can pull up the document and show you fully, if you like. We can do that a bit later. That doesn't look good. That's a nat 1. That's not, huh? That's better. Gotta love inspiration.
Well,
Guess we're in with all sorts these days.
Homebrew tax.
If you're here to
If enough
see
people want to see it, we can do a
you'll
slight
wanna let
pause on
him and the
BG3 and I
lads
can
know
show you
you're one
guys
of
quickly.
us. There's a party on. Celebrating a raid, we are. You'll need to wear our war colours. Nice to have this across the mug. Ought to do it. Go on. Don't skimp, neither.
You would like to see it? Okay. Well, you guys, as long as everybody wants to, yeah. But we'll focus on the game for a bit first, and when there's a nice natural stopping point, I can show you guys. Grimace and do what you have to. Smear the dung across the face. It's not your first time. Fuck it. Oh, I'll start a fight. I don't care.
I hope that was worth it, Daddy.
I'll fight you. I don't give a shit. Show off the classes. The people demand it. Yeah, says you, who is absolutely desperate to get his hands on Magitech Fighter. Oh, I should still have the second stage. I don't? Why not? No, I don't. Alright, we're gonna hit you with a green flame blade. Nice. We have a bit of psychic damage and a sneak attack on top. Then I can disengage. Not matter because I forgot I no longer have any movement.
Despite everything.
Let's hit them with the finger guns, because some of you might not have seen this yet. Boom! Gotta love it.
Cover me! I'm going for the alarm!
This guy's name is Snurd. Why have I never seen the guy named Snurd before? That is an amazing name. You are now one of my favorite NPCs in this game, because your name is Snurd. Oh, okay, Starian's in a bit of a pickle. Move in, go, go, go. We are going to hit him with a little healing word, because he's on a bit of a string. And he gets Blade Ward on top of that because of Hellrider's Pride. Let's go. Oh! Let's do necrotic damage to this guy. And of course they saved on it because it's Shadowheart. Time to reclass into Necromancy and make Snurd a perma-companion. New favorite acquired. Right, let's see. I'll put Snurd in Karlach's pocket in a minute. Don't worry about it. Should be able to do a sneak attack. No, I can't because the others aren't in range. Alright, well, we're going to Green Flame Blade you. Just to get that little bit of extra, and then we're going to disengage and move further back in.
Yes, here.
There we go.
I won't give in.
Let's try a bit of Ward Away. Nice. For those of you that don't know what Ward Away does, it's kind of nuts. This is from the Forgotten Realms book that came out for 2024, which actually has Karlach and stuff in it. So this is right at home here. Basically, it deals 2d4 force damage, and the target has to make a con save, and when they fail, their speed is halved until the start of our next turn, and on its next turn, it can only take an action or a bonus action, but not both. It's honestly pretty decent for a level 1 spell. It does a lot. I forgot about the war drums. Shit. Let me back up. Okay. Damn you, Snurd! I love your name, but you're kind of an ass. Hi, Tim! He promised to be good to a degree. Let's hope so. Red still lurks. Damn you, Snurd! Snurd, you went from being my favourite to being my arch-rival. God damn you, Snurd! Why have you done this to me? Why must you hurt me in this way? Oh, Snurd, have a guiding bolt. Be gone, Snurd! Alright, Karlak time. Let's... Oh, what do I need to do? Let's get you Claw. Oh, the critical hit. Oh, yeah, because the axe has the cleave weapon mastery. So it just auto-hit both of them. Oh, that's freaking sick how they implemented the weapon masteries in this. Oh, that's awesome. That book has the most insane spells. There goes the Martial Caster Divide. I can see what you're talking about here, but okay, so the Martial Caster Divide is a thing. Yes, I know. It's very real, and I appreciate that that is a struggle that the game has. However, I think nowadays martials are in a better place than they ever have been. Fighter especially got a lot of things to do outside of roleplay that make it worthwhile in abnormal situations that you would normally expect. Barbarian did to an extent, but I don't like how much they have to spend their rage resource to do those things. I do think overall the Martial Caster Divide has closed a little bit, but I can definitely see where people would still say it exists, because it does. Things like Bladesinger Wizard somehow getting a buff. Yep, nope, that still exists, but I am happy with where martials are at the moment, I think is the best way of me putting that. Right, let's try a Shadow Grasp. I've Shadow Grasped you. Your shadow has been grasped. Wait, we can't rest Snurd because of the radiant damage now. Oh no! We've lost our Snurd. Ollie bang the drum. Bladesinger, your favorite? Yeah, I'm actually playing a Bladesinger Wizard in another campaign that I run by mine and Red's good friend Luna. That has been very fun. I get to channel my terrible Liam O'Brien impression for that character. So that's a lot of fun. I need to... I can use my World Tree ability, actually, to give someone a bit of extra HP. Shadowheart can have it for now. She's taking a bit of damage. There we go. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying playing a Bladesinger Wizard. Granted, that's the 2014 version, because that campaign's still being run on 2014. But it's still very fun. I will need to extend my rage, or else I'm going to lose it. Why am I too fussed about losing it? We'll just do it. Oh, you're talking about, Ranger. I actually made some very slight homebrew changes to Ranger as a base class for my campaign that I think helps enough without, like, destroying what Wizards was going for. I can show you guys that as well a bit later, because now I'm kind of just, like, in a mood to just show that stuff off, because, fuck it, I'm kind of proud of it. So, I'll show you guys later, but basically the crux of it is what I did, was that when you cast Hunter's Mark using the class ability that gives you it, it no longer takes up your concentration to maintain Hunter's Mark. It just becomes a class ability. But you can only do that so many times per rest. Once you run out of those uses, you still have to cast it with a spell slot, and then it uses concentration. But if you cast Hunter's Mark using the Ranger ability that gives it to you, you no longer have to maintain concentration unless you can concentrate on other Ranger spells. And then later on, where you get the Ranger ability that says you can't lose concentration on Hunter's Mark, it says damage won't make you lose concentration on all Ranger spells. So two little distinct changes that I think help out a bit without destroying the class identity that Wizards was going for, even if I personally don't like that class identity. Because, I mean, we've all said our piece on Ranger enough at this point, I'm sure. Wait, is the Starion Soul Knife now? Yeah, I swapped him off a Highway Rider just because I wanted to test out other stuff. I'm going to be respecking a lot of the characters here and there, just to test out new things as we go. Can I... I can't hide. You can dash, though. I'm just getting out of harm's way for a bit. There we go. I forgot they could do that! Ow! Don't worry, I saved it. I saved my check. Wasn't Hollow Water Ranger a rather solid subclass? I'll need to have a look at that, actually. Because I know Winter Walker came out and that wasn't great. So I'll have to see about that one, actually. I'm not sure. Too high, too high, too high. Bugger. What can I... Let's focus on the ground forces, then, because there's another goblin here. There you go, 60%. Ritz! One of my favorite Ranger subclasses that I saw, actually, was from the Cthulhu by Torchlight book, which was the Trail Warden, Ranger, which, in my opinion, really embodied Ranger and what it should be as part of the party. You basically become a pseudo-party leader when it comes to exploration, and you get so many buffs and benefits to your party if they kind of follow your instructions during combat. It's very interesting, and in my opinion, it's well balanced. I think it's a very, very cool subclass overall. So if you ever get the chance to take a look, have a look at the Cthulhu by Torchlight book, because it's got a lot of interesting things to it, including some very fun and unique subclasses. Hollow Warden is near broken. Oh, interesting. I'll have to take a look at it at some point. Now, I took that attack on purpose so I could maintain my rage. Ooh, critical hit. Okay. Astarion, you are going to need to shoot a bitch. You are going to need to shoot a bitch, and you can shoot this bitch. You should be able to shoot this bitch. Just say you could shoot this bitch. Why can't I no longer shoot this bitch? Okay, well, let's move you up and see what bitches you can shoot. You'll probably just be able to shoot a bitch normally, to be fair. There we go. Kill. Homing strikes. Oh, and they get inflicted with Vex because it's a bow.
Well, so much for peace.
Hi, B. Giles. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Sorry that you were streaming. I just wanted to say that your channel has been a great stop of knowledge for the game. You have truly made playthrough super dynamic and fun. Got to go to work. Oh, I hope I didn't read that too late and you haven't already left. Thank you for joining the stream. Sorry I didn't read that in time. I've kind of been back and forth between gameplay and chat, so I apologise for that. Hopefully if you watch the VOD, you'll see me read your message. I apologise. I'll have to see maybe if I can message them later. But yes, wait, YouTube doesn't have direct messaging anymore, does it? Oh god, am I showing my age here? Does anybody remember when YouTube had the ability to send DMs to people? Been playing your first real game of Strixhaven. We've been playing a Leonin wizard who runs the campus cafe. He's stuck brewing coffee, so your order is just hot water with prestidigitation cast on it. That's brilliant. I love that. Your faith will protect you. We'll see for how long, shout. Honestly, one major martial buff would be to give every class that gets a martial weapon proficiency the ability to use Battlemaster maneuvers, but BM can spend superiority dice to inflict a penalty. To be honest, that's what they tried to do with weapon masteries, and I'll be honest, they pretty much got there with it, and I think all of the classes that needed weapon masteries got them. So I think we're kind of already there, personally, with that. A Battlemaster does need to keep that identity that it has. In my opinion, that's an Eldritch Blast.
I'm not going to last much longer.
It's like 50% Barbarian, 50% Undead Warlock. Okay, well now I have to have a look at it, because you're speaking my language with that one. I quite like Undead Warlock. I played one a long time ago. One of my first characters, actually, was an Undead Warlock. Wait, let me get the GM binder link for you. Yeah, post it up in the Discord, Dex. Although you have my DMs. You could just send it to me directly if you want. You are one of the few who does. Come on, Astarion. Astarion? You shot the fucking pillar, mate. Mate! What are you doing? Why are you stanced up? Okay. Is anybody else seeing the key art from Sonic Adventure 2? So you know the one... I'm going to be showing my age here. Sonic Adventure 2, there's a key art of Sonic and Shadow standing back to back. He's doing Sonic's pose right now. Please tell me I'm not crazy. I've just noticed that. Hold on, maybe I can get a visual up on stream. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm sorry, I'm doing this because the point needs to be proven. Can I even do that? I don't even know how to do this on OBS. How do I do this? Oh, Jesus. Wait, no, I know what I can do. I can do share window, and then hold up. I know how to make this work. Oh my god, why is the image so small? Meh. This is so scuffed. But hold up. Window capture. No, it's not going to work. Shit. You know what I mean. If you go look up Sonic Adventure 2 box art, you'll see it. I can't pull it up on stream, sadly, because OBS is being funny. but he's fucking doing it. He's doing the pose. I'd argue Monk should have gotten weapon masteries. I'll give that to you, but I think when we eventually get Kensei Monk, they will.
Survival is all that matters.
I see Kensei Monk being a thing soon. I bet I'll hit this. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I see Kensei Monk being a thing soon, and I bet they'll get him then.
Cut and run.
Grace is the best weapon mastery for single target damage. For those of us who use two-handers, yes, absolutely, I agree. Back in 2014, Battlemaster was supposed to be the base fighter. They decided that that was too complicated. Cowards. Normally it's Shadowheart who's programmed to miss. I'm going to put it into Discord so people can see the Laser Llama alt classes that I've been... Ah, yes, Laser Llama! Absolutely amazing homebrew creator. I've seen a lot of their work. Bamboos... Oh, yeah, I can see it too. Yeah, exactly. Oh, shite! They had Armor of Gathis on. Shadowheart's fucking dead. The one thing I will say about the D&D mod, the 5.5e All-in-One Beyond, it actually gives the game way more challenge. Like, we're playing on balanced, and I'm consistently going down. Like, they do a lot of rebalancing across the whole game. And giving enemies some of the new abilities as well. Oh, I didn't even see that bitch. Just go and try to talk it. What? The idiots! Congratulations, you colossal dumbass. You just took out the platform from underneath you. And Astarion shot the pillar again! What? And then he falls down! Oh, for fuck's sake. There's me being like, ha, idiot! And then I miss my shot and I fall over. Oh, fuck's sake. That's funny as hell.
No.
Just shoot him. Oh yeah, I forgot the finger guns inflict slow as well. That's fun. Shadowheart needs medical attention. Let's pop a healing word on her. I think. Zim, I had to manually approve that last one. Game mechanics, great. Thanks, chair. Are you supposed to be working right now? Like a true D&D party. Again, the stories I can tell. I've been in so many games now. Stories I could tell. Maybe. Right, he's dead. Oh my god, get back here. No, I want to punch you with my dance bard.
Cutting to the chase.
Perish. We did it! We saved the day. I'm taking a long rest. We're supposed to do the... Damn, I'm slipping. Oh, here we go. Zora cutscene.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Alright, everyone behave. Behave yourselves.
Well, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
There it is. God damn it. Oh. And then there's my character who can be just as devious.
Well,
get the spray bottle with water. With holy water.
You kept me a secret?
Yes, I crack open my
Time to let the
Pepsi Max.
Hellcat out of the bag.
There we go.
Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his
Smite
power.
the fiend. I would indeed.
My pet's been unruly, and his leash.
You've been enjoying the
needs
alt
a
fighter in your
yank.
current campaign? Okay.
We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a
No,
lady.
there's no... I don't see
By
any
the
appeal
way,
to Mizora for that
Zariel
side of
sends
things,
her
let's just say.
regards.
That's because I'm just not that way inclined. But
You told me! Devils only!
I've just, the previous times I've played
She's
this
a
game on
tiefling,
stream, there was this
not a
specific
monster!
cutscene comes up and people
How
are just like,
precious.
they
The
get a
little
bit
pupster's
quirky.
found his
Let's just say.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
I said smite the fiend, not be smitten by the
meets the
fiend.
criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Alright, what do you want?
The point? Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus.
The only time to play
The
Paladin.
storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
And there we go. Interesting then. Okay.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet. There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo. Now,
Mizora
let's see
casually
how the
used the Fiend Wall
frontiers
Stop
fare
capstone
without
ability.
their
Yeah, exactly.
precious blade. Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you?
I'll be keeping mine on you.
Oh, hi.
Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
That's actually really funny, but I had no idea. Oh my god, Karlak's not happy. Hello.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
I love the fact that they gave the rage its tabletop duration. And as such, it just has this funny unintended side effect of just Karlak being on fire and pissed off all the fucking time. Oh, to answer your question, Skywalker, I think I just did. So basically, this mod, because they basically made it so that Karlak, when she does rage, she's actually goes on fire consistently, which is cool. But also because the D&D mod also gives us the more tabletop accurate version, it makes the rage last longer. So when you activate rage, sometimes she'll just constantly be on fire. That's why.
Something's on my mind.
God's damn her straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
All these years. You'd think it's a lesson I'd have well learned. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast.
That's what I'm getting is we're
eldritch
roasting marshmallows
If I
when we're
was
traveling with
infected,
Karlak.
I could even call hell
She'd probably be the best part about Karlak is that she'd be 100% down for that.
Every thrust of
She'd
my
eat the
blade
most.
and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
You wonder if Karlak smells like... Don't. Okay, we had a whole rabbit hole conversation last stream about what spells taste like, and I don't want to go down that path again.
I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact,
I really hope Dark's still
Unless
in the
Missouri
chat,
permits it.
because
But I'll
even
say
Will
this.
knows not to talk about the
moment
pact,
I pacted
unlike someone
myself
else
to
we know.
Missouri, I have not regretted for a heartbeat.
That's
It
a
was my
inside
proudest
joke
deed.
at our table, but
It was
yeah,
worth the
I hope
sacrifice.
he's still watching
All
so
I
he
can
can
give
hear
you on
that.
is my solemn word.
Will got his devil trigger. Oh, dude. Half the reason I like the idea of playing Aasimar is you get that like kind of transformation type thing. I mean, you guys know I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan, so let's try it out. I had a similar sort of question about the food you can make in Elden Ring. Highlights of that stream: Scarlet Rock Bread and oh, good lord, I don't even want to read that last part. Honestly, that's better than the reoccurring combo in my group. No, we're not, Sylph. That conversation's going to end right here, because I don't want that conversation. I don't want to get into that. We're not going to do that. Because again, Red is lurking, and she does not hesitate. She will smite people if they think they're being a little too quirky. How did you feel about the Ninja Theory's version of DMC? I have not played it. It just never really came up in my kind of thing. But I've played, as I've played the mainline games, even Devil May Cry 2. No, I've not touched Ninja Theory's version. As far as what I understand of it, the story and the characters, don't really pay attention to it. It's not really Devil May Cry. But but it is still a solid action game. I don't know enough about that to make my opinion, but if it's a decent enough game, or just from a gameplay perspective, I'll give it a try eventually. Just not anytime soon. Let's swap out Astarion for someone.
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be.
Yeah, there you go, Doc. So, no, I was just talking about how Will in this game knows not to tell people about the pact or speak about it out loud, unlike someone we know.
It sounds.
Let's scrap. We haven't actually tried out the Undead Warlock yet, so we'll bring Will along
The
for the ride
goblins
this time.
still infest the that.
Since we just had his cutscene as well. I think Will, like, it's just to piggyback off your comment there, Mine. I think Will works better as an origin character than as a companion. Because I think when you can make these decisions from Will's perspective, it's a lot more interesting. Last question before I just listen to the stream to sleep. I see. Yeah, no. Well, hopefully you can sleep. That is something that eludes most of us, I think. Is that the one with the pizza eggplant censorship? Yes, it is, Zim. I'm pretty sure. Will is a paragon who didn't get a good paragon story. Yeah, no. I can see that. But I do think Will works better as an origin character, overall. First rule of the pact is we don't speak about the pact. No, we don't speak about the pact. What is that? What do you mean, Cherry? What is what? You should try an origin playthrough at some point. Yeah, no, play as Will as an origin character, and you see a totally different side of his character from the choices that you get to make, and he feels way more involved. Like, Will as an origin character works a lot better. Then again, sleep is for the weak. No, 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 no. I wish I could get sleep. I'm too weak to get sleep. How's that? Gale. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Gale's basically a strong contender. Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, I didn't see sleep. I did not see the sleep part because it's all broken up.
Recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others. Only infinitely stronger.
Gale is basically a strong contender for a protagonist if you play as him. Yeah, Gale's also a really good one, but I also do think Gale works well as a companion, and I kind of prefer Gale as a companion, whereas I prefer Will as an origin character.
In every direction.
Redeemed Dark Urge Origin is my favorite by far. I prefer the Dark Urge as a protagonist to Tav. I think playing the Dark Urge storyline is a lot more interesting. You feel a lot more involved in the narrative. I've gone on record saying this on stream many times before. That's why my Dante build that was the first build on this channel was a Redeemed Dark Urge playthrough. And it was incredibly goddamn fun. It was the most fun I've had in this game by far.
Age their search for the prison.
Excuse me 1 second as I tab out. I just need to check something on my PC real quick, because it's being a little bit funky. Alright, we're all good. You just started back up your Redemption Dirge build. Hi, David. Good to see you. Honestly, finish it. Especially with the new updates that came out with the new endings and shit. Like, Redeem Dark Urge is the best playthrough in the game. In my personal opinion, it's my favorite character arc to go through. Redeemed Dark Urge all the way. I just went with Tab for this playthrough because this is more just for casual play.
Artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away.
Lae'zel's character needs more, you feel, in Act 3. I would agree with you, mostly on that, but I do like the fact that the Orpheus storyline is still very interwoven to her character, and there is a lot of conflict. Granted, once she kind of gets past the whole Vlaakith thing, kind of around the Act 1, Act 2, depending on your quest line, and then can happen again later in Act 3.
Don't give me that.
Like, there's a, like, her story is intrinsically tied to the main narrative with the Emperor and such like that as well.
Nice,
so she has a little bit more going on.
That thing in your pocket seems powerful as hell.
Dante has a Redeemed Dark Urge, you say? Yeah, because I played it like... Well, it was a Dante-inspired build. It wasn't meant to be, like, completely one-to-ones with the character. Just, like, the kind of playstyle of the Bard, with two hand crossbows, sword, and yada yada. And, basically just following that path of, like, kind of abandoning the darker side of yourself. Well, no, well, kind of, like, suppressing the darker side of yourself to focus on the more human side. I don't know, I felt like it mirrored some of the parallels a little bit with the character arc that Dante went through in the games, but doesn't matter. It was just a long thing. Long story short, I like Redeemed Dark Urge. The romance need work. Romanced her, and Act 3 is disappointing. Yeah, I mean, you guys know me. The romance stuff, I just don't even really get into. I'll be 100% real.
I don't know. Not exactly. All I know is it's important I get it back to Baldur's Gate. At any cost. I suppose, if we're to
Like, the only,
together,
I think, romance scenes
may
I've
as well
seen
tell
in
you.
this game is Shadow Hearts.
I
That was
serve
just
Shah.
because in my very first
My
playthrough,
home is a secret cloister
it just
in Baldur's
kind of
Gate.
happened. I didn't
A group
try
of
for
us
it
were
to
sent
happen.
to
It just
retrieve the
happened.
artifact.
And I was like, sure, why not? Extra
Now
cutscenes.
I'm
And
the
I got to see a
only
few.
one left.
That was it. I've not pursued a romance in this game other than that.
I can't tell you anymore. This mission required utmost secrecy.
Why
We
not?
submitted to having our memories
I don't know,
suppressed
just
so
they
that we
just never
couldn't betray
really.
Shah's
I
confidence.
mean, maybe I'm a bit different
I
now,
reach my
but
contact in the city.
I don't know. It just
I'll
never
have
really
my
interested me, to be
memories
honest.
restored.
I'm
Until
still
then,
tired to this day.
I
You
have
never
to
used
guard the
Chimpanzee
artifact with my
Barbarian.
life. There. You
I've
have the
done
truth.
throwing builds
For all
before
it's
with
worth.
Barbarian. Chimpanzee is just about throwing
Let's
the camp
continue.
supplies. As a meme, sure, but it's not really a build video worthy, in my opinion.
Not my usual quarry, nor my usual ally.
There's nothing more I can tell you. All I remember is that I have to get back to my contact in the city.
A powerful artifact indeed, to have caught the attention of so many. Not least the Absolute itself, the three figures in the vision, the Chosen are searching for it. With the cultists' aid, it will not be long before they find it. Before they find you. You have evaded them so far, thanks, it seems, to the artifact itself. But how long can such protection last? Shadowheart has made her position clear. She will see that it is taken to its destination. At any cost. But you still do not know what it even is.
You know what? I think that's a unique aspect of the game that I don't think gets appreciated enough.
Guard it with my life.
Because obviously people do a lot of
Let's keep
playthroughs
going.
in this game, but the first playthrough of BG3 is really special because there is such an air of mystery to it. Like, a lot of people will say that they enjoyed the game more on subsequent playthroughs because they get to go back and see all the stuff they missed, because there is a lot of stuff you can miss. But in that first playthrough, the mystery surrounding the artifact, you know, the dream visitor, all of those things is just so intriguing to me. Like, I actually think the mystery aspect of your first playthrough of BG3 was really, really good. Like, learning the truth about Shadowheart and, like, you know, all that sort of thing. Like, and like seeing all of the characters' plot lines come to a head in Act 3. I genuinely think the first playthrough of BG3 is probably the best one where it's all still new. Like, I think that's actually a critically underappreciated aspect of this game.
Worse, but it passes quickly, usually.
The first unlanced remnant scene was Miss Farah.
Never quite heals.
Nice.
And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden.
Oh, that's
from
interesting,
Lady Sharp.
Soph. I like that idea. I like that
can
idea.
feel her influence somehow.
On the topic of romance, Arishes Dance of Masks romance scene is easily the best writing in Wrath of the Righteous. Interesting. Now, the first is always the best. Always trying to play BG3 again, and when I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on in this game again?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers
Yeah, a lot of
Lady
people like
Sharp.
Shadowheart Skywalker.
Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Okay. Goblin camp time. Oh, well, actually, you know what I was going to do? Hold up. Another sidetrack, but I did want to, by the time we got to the Goblin Hat camp, see if I wanted to try out anything else. Oh god, he's naked. I forgot, because technically we needed to take our armor off. Whoops. let's just you can look over there. Now I kind of want to try Slinger. Because why not, right? Basically, Gunslinger is a really interesting little class, because it's the whole idea is that you perform these actions called risks, which is effectively like you're going for big, flashy plays, but if you fail, there's kind of dire consequences to it. Ah, because the unarmored defense, yeah. So let's take a look. So you're going to get quick draw. You have advantage on initiative rolls. As well as Firearm Expert, you add your ability modified to the damage rolls of weapon attacks made with firearms. For now, that'll just be our crossbow that we already have. I will put some armor on him, because he still has his armor in his inventory. I want to make a joke, but Red has a gun to my head! She doesn't really. You can make jokes, but if I visibly say, like, I don't like that, yeah, no, then you get put out back and shot like old Yella. But, no, she's not actually that chill. She's not actually that cruel. We just like to joke. But yeah, no, I kind of want to give Gunslinger a try. Yeah, the primary stat is dexterity, and it has a little bit of intelligence baked in, I think. Trying to remember exactly. I want a little bit of charisma there, because we are the party face. I'll only go to 13. I'll keep this at 17, because we're going to get our first feat soon, so I'll probably use a half feat to bump that up. Again, I'm just playing around and messing with things for now. It's not a big deal. No, I don't really want stealth. I'll take perception. There we go. Well, I can put some armor back on him now. Where is your armor? Where's your... You had armor? Am I crazy? Am I blind? I'm blind, aren't I? I didn't toss his armor. I didn't sell his armor, did I? No, it's there. Okay. Ugh. Hold on. Sorry, I'm a bit of a muppet. Alright, let's level up. Alright, so now you get to choose a fighting style, in which case you just get any of them, which is kind of cool. We got like the unarmed fighting style, blind fighting, two-weapon fighting, protection, dueling. We'll get archery, because of course, weapon mastery. I believe... Don't most of the ranged weapons have Vex and Slow? Fairly certain that's correct. Now we get to choose our subclass. So Gunslinger itself is going to get like a few different things, but we can take a look at the subclasses. So we've got 3: the High Roller, the Spellslinger, and the White Hat. First of all, the High Roller. Fortune is a fickle thing. Unless you're a High Roller, these Gunslingers are master card sharps and dice throwers that mix their love of risk with their talent for gunplay. High rollers push their luck until it runs out, then push harder. Why settle for a win when you could bet it all and win big? First up, you get your poker face. You get proficiency with one of the following skills of your choice: deception, insight, or perception. Very cool. You also get liar's dice. By expending a risk dice, you roll a d20. If the result is 10 or higher, the damage of your next ranged weapon attack is doubled. If the result is lower than 10, the damage of your ranged weapon attacks is halved. So, there's the gamble. You go big or go home. Very cool. Love this. Love this. You know, if I had a nickel for every time I was in timeout, I'd only have one. I love how pretty much everything from Tasha's migrated to the 2024 rules. Perfect book. Oh, Tasha's is brilliant. Tasha's is what they base 2024 on. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no. Liar's Dice. Very cool ability right off the bat. Also, getting the extra skill proficiency. Always nice. Obviously, we already have Deception. We could choose that. The next one is Spellslinger. Effectively gets Eldritch Knight level spellcasting. I think they do become a 1/4 caster. This is where the Finger Guns cantrip comes from. It comes from the Spellslinger subclass specifically, but they gave it to some of the other classes too for this mod, just for fun. Basically, you learn the Finger Guns cantrip, which does a bit of force damage, and also can inflict the slow condition as well, which is kind of cool. But basically, when you hit a target with Finger Guns attack, you can expend one risk die and add it to the damage roll. So yeah, basically, it kind of gives you Agonizing Blast on Finger Guns. So you basically replace your gun with the ability to cast, like, gun from finger with magic. Kind of what it is. So with that, you also get to choose some cantrips from the Gunslinger spell list, which pretty much mimics the Wizard spell list, but you get a few extras, I think, here and there. Lots of cool little spell icons here. And you also do get to choose some wizard spells as well, including some of the new ones like Catapult, Absorb Elements, Hell's Lash, Focus Shadow, Tides of Darkness, Umbra Tendril. A few other cool things. Overall, it basically just makes you into a quarter caster, or a third caster, I think. Yes, kind of like Eldritch Knight. And then White Hat. Some gunslingers live by a code and expect others to do the same. These gunslingers, known as White Hats, sometimes serve as officers of the law, but never hesitate to do what's right when the law says otherwise. Despite their affinity for deadly weapons, White Hats prefer to keep their friends safe and subdue their enemies non-violently, a preference their enemies don't often oblige. So this is the less crazy version. Level 3 at Lay Down the Law. You can take a reaction when an ally you can see within 60 feet of you is hit by an attack. Expend a risk die to make the ranged weapon attack against the attacker. On use, the ally gains temporary hit points equal to the roll of the die. That's kind of cool. Immediately retaliate, protect an ally. Fun little thing as a reaction. Spirit Gun from Hunter x Hunter. Don't you mean Yu Yu Hakusho? I was about to say that, Sylph. Yeah, no, Spirit Gun is, you might be thinking of, like, the Bungie gun from Hisoka if you're thinking of Hunter x Hunter, but no, Yu Yu Hakusho is where Spirit Gun is from. The Ray Gun! Love that show. One of my favorites. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Level 3, Steely Eyed. You gain a stoic confidence that bolsters your resolve. You are immune to the frightened condition. This benefit is inactive while you're incapacitated. Means you still have nightmares, sadly. But no, definitely going to try high roll, methinks. We'll grab an extra thing. Let's grab Insight, actually. I prefer Insight in this game to Perception, actually. We get our Celestial Revelation back from Asimar. Yep. All right. Gunslinger time. Let's see. Yeah, Firearm Expert is applied to that. I'm not sure if this mod actually adds guns. I think it just basically treats the crossbows and such as the guns. White Hat is basically Woody from Toy Story. You mean a cowboy? I could actually see a good cop and bad cop combo with these subclasses. Oh yeah! Gunslinger duo build. Probably a video in the future.
With fragulous crown and with scepter abraid, draw Ragslin, short work of the innkeeper made. The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filthenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Ragslin, the true soul, had led you glide.
During CC, you can see different guns for... Oh, okay, interesting. I'll take a look at that.
The way this one's carrying on.
It does add guns. Okay, cool.
Who's that? Friend of yours? You up to something?
Oh, certainly not. What are you doing? I'm busy here.
You lying.
To you? Never. Come, let's continue our ballad. Draw Ragslin, draw Ragslin.
That face. Oh my god.
Draw Ragslin. Tumptuous. Draw Ragslin.
You broke him.
Wait, wait. Draw Ragslin. We pray. We.
Come on, pigeon. Back to your cage.
Now look what you've done.
I will never see what Mistra saw in him. Yeah. I always forget that Volo is actually connected to Mistra. That is true.
Right.
Now the question is, Lucky or Sharpshooter? Ooh, Sharpshooter got to be, surely. Slightly less powerful in the 2024 rules. Volo's fine, I'm sure. Oh, you're right. We never did the owlbear, did we?
Getting Halsin out of here is going to be a
That's
real treat.
Oh, I do want the ring that we can get from here.
One piece.
I do want the ring. Let's get the ring. Dodge roll. You can expend one wrist die to move up to 30 feet. This movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks and is unaffected by difficult terrain. Blind fire. You can expend one wrist die to gain blind sight within a range of 30 feet until the end of the turn. Bite the bullets. You can expend one wrist die to gain temporary hit points equal to the number rolled on the die plus your gunslinger level, and then Liar's dice. Ooh, new things. Yeah, let's get Crush's ring.
Fresh disarm with me bare hands.
But you did take the gambling subclass. That's fair, actually. That is fair.
Good. And who are you? Another pest? Humans.
The Gunslinger Paladin mob was an interesting idea, patterned after the Stephen King novels. I've never heard of that. If you have a link to that, could you pop it in the Discord server? Because I'd be curious to see. That's a new one, Mine. I did not know that happened to him.
Everyone says that. And then they spit in our faces. But no more. Things are changing. We got the Absolute on our side now. You better learn your place. Go on. Kiss my foot. Or I'll wipe that nasty look right off your face.
Kiss the damn foot. Worse things have been shoved in your face lately.
Shut up, what the fuck? Oh, wait, no, she means the tadpole, right. Oh, that's tempting, but I'm not Oh, fuck it. I'm not a bard anymore, but we can still try. Ah, bitch!
Look, mate, just piss off. You're not welcome here.
Wait, really? Damn, okay.
Don't push it, worm. I can still bash your face in. Yeah, I think I will.
Oh, fight time. That's fine. Means I get to test this out. Although I do need to move away a little bit. Nice dice. Let's activate it. And then I see. Okay. Because I'm threatened by the others. I can move a bit further away, I think. Oh, here we go. Skin of our teeth. When a creature you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction and expend one wrist die to dodge out of harm's way. Roll the die and add the number rolled to your AC against this attack, potentially causing it to miss. You can only use this maneuver once per turn. Sure, why not? Let's give it a try. Did not work. Shit. Right. Fight time. Go. Yep, they have been slowed. I will save my Celestial Revelation in case we do end up going further in. Okay.
Forever dauntless.
Right, who have we got here? We've got Will with his... we should be able to use the undead Dreadful. Oh yeah, let's bind our pact weapon first. Oh, and look! As per the 2024 rules, look, you see. When you bind your pact weapon, you can choose to either keep the base weapon's damage or change it to necrotic, psychic, or radiant damage. Let's go... Oh, he's an undead warlock, so let's go necrotic. And you can do it as a bonus action now as well, which is really cool. Unless that was a thing originally. I can't remember. Mind Spike. Where's my Form of Dread? Magical Cunning. I should have Form of Dread here somewhere. Unless I've missed it and it's on another tab. No. It is my Form of Dread. That is annoying. It's not this one. It's not this one. Let me double check. Yeah, Undead Warlock. Level 3 Form of Dread. Once per... Oh no, so I just have it automatically. Frightful Avatar is what I'm thinking of. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can force it to make a wisdom saving throw and spell save to... Okay, so in tabletop, it's normally like a transformed state that you do, but I guess not in this mod. Interesting. Alright, let's continue. We're just gonna Eldritch Blast the bitch. Get him. Really? Heroic Inspiration. Fuck you. Also, I like how they keep the Heroic Inspiration different from the usual class inspiration that you get in this game. To use that pretty much interchangeably now, which is nice. You know, I really don't like this guy. We're just gonna hit him with everything. Because why not? We don't need to start healing.
This is my happy place.
You've got your axe out. We're gonna rage. God made us the same. Smith and Wesson made us equal. That's funny. Nimble escape. Oh, that's weird. I really loved it with the transform state. Yeah, exactly. Let's not use another risk die. I don't want to spend them all. Because I think they only come back on a rest. If I remember rightly. Let's see. Shielded, guidance. Yeah, hit points. Yeah, here we go. The risk dice. Oh, they come back on a short rest. Never mind. We can spend them shit like fucking dollar bills. Let's go. Okay. Liar dice again. I'll actually get it to work this time. And we hit him with this. Bracing shot. Fuck you. Gotcha.
I yield! I yield!
Gunslinger already seems kind of fun. It's got a lot of stuff to do. I get to push a lot of buttons with Gunslinger. I like
Well
that.
done. You humiliated a goblin. Let's go.
You're looking down on me as well. I can get up by myself.
Ignore his spite, friend. Mercy is its own reward.
Arrogant pig.
Yeah, we didn't actually get the ring, but you know what? That encounter's fine. We unlock the fast travel point from here as well, so let's spend some hit point die to get our HP back. There we go. Perfect. Dude, there is that shield that's up here. I might go grab the shield. Oh, can we open this? No. I'm sure for a moment too. Where is the... Because, yeah, it's up here, isn't it? Am I crazy? Up like the waterfall. No, we have to go around the other side. Okay, well, I'll just click up here and the character will find their way through. Ah! Oh gosh, there's a lot of people in here, I've just noticed. There's about 50 chatters. Oh, well, hi everyone. How's everyone doing today? Oh. In fact, how is everyone doing? I asked this at the very start of stream, but now that we've got a few more people in here, how is everyone? What's been going on with everybody? Because it has been a minute. What are you all up to nowadays? Holy bugger me sideways! I forgot about the traps. Shit! Got distracted. Oh, hang on. Lock picking time. I got a high dex. Got it. Humiliating is my second favorite pastime. Humiliating coldboard is my first. There we go. Fuse tool. Right. The glowing shield on a short rest. If you're Below 50% hit points to take damage again in temporary hit points. We'll slap that on Shadowheart.
I wonder what the next move
Who has made the smart decision to stay behind. Honestly, I respect it. Not much. Playing Wrath for the Righteous while not watching stream, and giving oddball lore.
Never a dull moment. Defender of the people. Is that blood? No.
Where's this go again? I actually forget. I think this just loops back towards the Druid's Grove, doesn't it? It's like a secret path.
Have you wondered what people will say when...
Woke up and exist, also been roped into modding 5 different Twitch communities, and one community where I'm basically the mod now. Damn! You've been keeping yourself busy online then.
This will be no different.
I've always had a soft spot for the
Scroll of Tidal Wave.
They always disappoint.
Okay. Fine. Also speedrunning Spider-Man 2 right now. Interesting. Well, let me know what your final time is. I'm curious. All chill mostly. Nothing too good, nothing too bad. Hey, if a day is chill, I always say no news is good news. So if you can get through a day and be chilled out,
That's curious.
nothing wrong with that at all. I really need to get a shovel. Oh yeah, Mister has an evil alter ego where she likes to pull a Camilla from Run for the Righteous if you know, and Elminster found out about it. I don't actually know, but I'm sure it is exactly as you described. Finished DMing your second adventure? Nice! But dumbass lizard folk ascended to be a god of the brainless and You know it's a good campaign when a fucking PC ascends to godhood by the end. That's awesome. Any completed adventure is a good adventure. I'm a year or over a year in on mine, and it's really not even close to done. Unless they get TPK'd, in which case, that's always a possibility. Also, you got into uni. Hell yes! Good shit, Dex. Congratulations on getting into uni. That's a huge step towards your future. Good stuff. What are you studying specifically? Trying to write a novel while also trying to sleep. Hey, I've been there with the writing side of things. That's why I love being in the D&D space. You get to really kind of flex your creative writing skills a lot of the time. So yeah, no, interesting novel. What's it about?
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
We got decent deception. Let's give it a try. Uh-oh. Come on, guidance. No! One off on the guidance. That's annoying. Oh, well, we have inspiration, so let's just try it again. That's better.
Right. Well, you ain't the first foreign type, I suppose. Gonna have to be
You're in a
bit more
computer science
specific,
operational
though,
engineer
mate.
major.
Absolute's
Ooh,
got
which is
a few
basically IT.
favourites
Hey,
around here.
that's not a bad industry to get into. I mean, obviously, we're currently living in a very, very, let's just say technological advanced age, and things are getting more and more complex. So, hey, IT's not a bad place to be in. No, that's good. You keep that up, you'd be set. Good on you, Dex. Shows a lot of perseverance and gumption to be able to do something like that. So good on you, mate. Wishing you the absolute best in that endeavor. Fantasy novel with using the character I played in D&D as the MC. Nice! I actually did the opposite. A book that I was writing that I ended up stopping writing became the current D&D setting that I'm running. I've gone the opposite way. I turned the book into a D&D setting.
Quite the understatement, but yes. Let's not linger.
It's
in
initially
this
about
place any
a
more
civil
than
war in one part of the continent of my world spiraling into a fight to save the whole continent. Very interesting. Nah, see, I love that D&D is that really cool, like, because again, you basically play this like creative storytelling game with a lot of improv, and you create these really interesting narratives that can become these tales that you can recall and write about. Like D&D and all tabletop RPGs basically are just so good in that regard for this sort of thing. No, if you ever finish that, please share it with the community. I'm sure a lot of us would give it a read, myself included. With Renaissance being the symbol of hope that unites it. Yeah, no. Make sure if you ever do get it done, let us have a read of it. And you as well, Mina. I want to hear about yours. It's really dark, alternative modern day where mythical creatures are basically a part of society, and the main protagonist is basically hunting down rich people like the Punisher. Okay, that's interesting. That reminds me a little bit of my current setting that I'm running, where a lot of the kind of fantasy and mythical aspects just get rolled into modern day.
His work is sloppy.
Like, I like that kind of concept, so yeah, you'll have to let us know how that's going as well.
Glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Let's see. Exception. Oh shit. Ooh, that's not enough to pass no matter what. Okay. I'm one off again! Are you serious? Okay, I'm gonna use my last inspiration. Come on! Fuck. I don't think that could have gone worse.
What? You think?
Alright, well, we'll save that guy later. You have a concept of a book that was initially envisioned as a campaign. It required everyone to get character development at a specific time, so it wasn't going to work. That's the hard thing with campaigns. Like, sometimes you'll have a group of players who will be very in tune to the narrative that you're trying to tell, and will be able to lean into those kind of things and actually develop their characters at appropriate times. But then sometimes you just have groups that are more focused on the more gameplay side of things, and they're not always as in tune with the role-play and character development. And while a lot of those players will eventually come around to that side of the narrative, they don't always. So it just depends on your group sometimes about when it comes to like how characters progress and evolve outside of just the mechanical stuff.
Pain.
Ah, are you also
That's a
here
lot,
to
Skywalker.
assist
Holy
with
crap. Damn, the 1% cut. So the spooky month is getting close. Anybody working on a scary D&D PC? I mean, I would probably, like, I'm more of the guy, like, now that I would be, like, Monster of the Week around that kind of time. Probably. Or Call of Cthulhu, one of the two. We're running the second Scooby-Doo one-shot tomorrow. In fact, after stream, I will be double, triple, quadruple checking that everything on that side is ready for that.
Please. The things they do to that man, so crude and primitive. I was invited to teach them. I live for pain and its intricacies, you see.
But I do still want to play a Warlock now that I've said that.
Alas.
I need to play a Warlock, though. May have a spooky
Pain
character
without
coming up. Who
purpose
knows?
is a terrible
Great
thing.
Old One Warlock. Very
Wouldn't
spooky.
you agree?
Gotta say, I think Great Old Warlock. Great Old One is probably my favorite subclass at the moment for Warlock. You're working on a short folk horror campaign. What did I just say? You're working on a short folk horror campaign. Curse you, Ginny G, and your infectious enthusiasm. I've seen a little bit of Ginny D's stuff. I've not watched it really, though. They do seem like a decent creator, though, so hey, they've got some good ideas. Bloody use them. Okay. So the original Scooby-Doo one-shot was split up into 2 parts because of time and scheduling. And now this one is just a sequel to it. It's a separate one-shot. It's a sequel. It's a direct sequel, but it is a sequel. Yeah, but Scooby-Doo one-shot was
I realize this looks strange, but I assure
oh goody, this part.
it is a most
Hey, I'm here for the buff,
form
okay?
of worship.
However, doing this as a barbarian is hilarious. If you've not seen the barbarian dialogue in this cutscene, it is so goddamn funny. You roll to intimidate this man into hitting you even harder, and even he gets a little uncomfortable, which is really funny.
Look in your eyes. Something terrible has happened to you. Because I see those same eyes when I look in the mirror, dear one. We've all suffered in these dark times. It is little wonder you bear scars of pain.
You're working on an Abner 9 sorcerer teacher in a school for casters. That's cool. I like that idea, Eclipse. That's very cool. Aberrant Mind is another really interesting subclass that I've not really had a chance to explore. Although I think I preferred, like, because whenever I wanted to play as a sorcerer, I really wanted to play as the Clockwork Soul, because I really just like that aesthetic. But I kind of prefer the 2014 version of Clockwork Soul. I think it got a little bit nerfed in 2024. Although Sorcerer as a whole, I mean, it got its, like, kind of, its innate sorcery state, which is a very cool feature. But meta magic got messed around with a bit, so sorcerer isn't as appealing to me anymore. But Aberrant Mind still looked really cool. So, nah, I mean, that sounds like it could be a fun time. Honestly, you get like an Aberrant Mind warlock, sorcerer, a Great Old One warlock, and like a Psy warrior and fighter, and a Soul Knife rogue. That's a fun party right there. I'll tell you that for nothing. Especially when Soul Knives can roll like upwards of like 40 on skill checks. I've seen it happen.
As the Maiden of Pain, the goddess Loviatar teaches us through penance, administered by my skilled hand. My work can grant peace and serenity.
Oh God, Sim, that's horrifying.
Few experience. It will be worth it. I promise.
You gotta give an Oscar to whoever makes a follower of a masochist god uncomfortable with more masochism. No, genuinely. Play a barbarian in this scene. It's funny as hell.
I have something exquisite in mind. Both Loviatar and I are interested in how you handle pain, dear one. And should you delight her, you will most assuredly receive her most gracious blessing. Trust me. Simply face the wall, and we can begin.
Let's see how this goes.
Face the wall and let us begin, dear one.
I'm facing the wall. Or am I facing this wall? Which wall am I facing, sir?
Yes. This will do nicely.
Alright, sir. Do your thing. Ow.
The pain you suffer will cleanse you.
Hi, Ilya! You picked a hell of a chance to join. Constitution, performance. We have performance proficiency. Why not? Of course, now I roll the flipping 18. Thanks, game.
Your voice sounds so sweet, dear one. Keep going.
You posted a link to the write-up of the Oath of the Gunslinger. Awesome, I'll check that out later.
I might have use for him yet.
Don't worry, one of the PC students is a Great Old One warlock. Ooh, interesting.
Pain is proof that we live. Revel in it.
Yeah, David, I know what you're talking about, as I have to manually approve your comment for some reason. But it's fine, it's fine. Let's continue. Let's just get guidance, why not? 20!
That's it!
No tears, please, it's a waste of good suffering. Nice reference.
Not the worst technique, priest. Good wrist movement.
Shadowheart!
Lots of enthusiasm.
Up it. Little weirdo.
Sweet child, you bore the pain like a true believer. I could feel Loviatar's pleasure with every sting of my scourge. I am proud to have served you this penance.
Eye rolls where it matters, yep.
Interesting is an understatement, dear one. Loviatar herself found your performance inspiring. She has deemed you worthy of her blessing.
Yes, we got the buff. There we go.
And on a personal note,
and you did it fully clothed? Yep.
That was
exactly
positively divine.
Alright, back up, Chucklebuck. So yeah, so now we get the Leviathar's Love buff, which... when you have 30% hit points or less, you gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls and wisdom saving throws. So yeah, and it lasts until a long rest. So basically we just get like a little temporary buff, which is fun. Let's use our... Never mind, I heal. Oh no, because it's there... Yeah, so that was just it showing that the buff was on because I was low HP. Never mind, we're good. Let's also use our Healing Hands feature on ourselves.
My faith protects me.
Has leveled up. Shadowheart got to level 4 before the rest of us. That's interesting. Okay. Let's give you... We can give you Word of Radiance. Let's not give you Spare the Dying, because it's a bit shite. We'll grab Sacred Flame. Why not? Well. Oh, we need to redo the spell selection a little bit. Let's grab Aid, Searing Orb. I will grab the 2 healing spells, Sanctuary, Command, Guiding Bolt. There we go. And now... oh, good lord, here we go. So, we need to talk about feats. There's a few. A few feats have been added. The buff tends to get bugged and disappear. Do your mods fix that? Maybe. I have no idea. If it gets bugged and disappears, it gets bugged and disappears. It's not the end of the world. We're both planning on getting someone to call one of us an abomination, and then the other will chime in and saying, actually, it's pronounced aberration. That's brilliant. Well, she is God's favourite princess. True. But yes, so obviously we have all the OGs, some of which have been reworked to more closely mirror the 2024 rules. For example, Great Weapon Master. When you hit a creature with a weapon that has the heavy property as part of the attack action on your turn, you can cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target equal to your proficiency bonus. So it's gone from a flat plus 10 to your proficiency bonus, which can go up to, I believe, is it 5 in this game? 5? Well, don't quote me on that. However, you also get this. When immediately after you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, or reduce a creature's hit points to 0 with one, you can make one attack with the same weapon as a bonus action. So, a slight nerf, but still quite powerful. I believe Sharpshooter is the same. Yes, it basically gets the kind of similar sort of thing. However, you notice that it does not get the attack buff anymore. That's interesting. So Sharpshooter might not be what I go for on our Gunslinger. +4. Thank you, Ilya. I couldn't remember if it was +5 or +4. Yeah, there's a bunch of changes. So yeah, some of the mods feats were depreciated, so they just kind of exist. You can also pick the other magic initiate, so any of the origin feats you can still get, which is quite nice. Crossbow Expert, I don't think was changed. I don't think Charger was... Oh no, Charger was a little bit changed, I think. Yeah, you get the additional damage, the D8, which is pretty cool. Alert doesn't let you swap the initiative, which I can understand. That would probably be a bit hard to code. Yeah, so you gotta... A lot of them have their, like, names and descriptions changed. Obviously, we've got the Speedy feat now, which, you know, can do a few things. Yeah, you got a few things here, which is kind of nice. Zim, you're braver than me. I know, there's just that looming presence in the background. At any time, one of you could disappear. But yeah, for the most part, I think, other than the updates to 2024... Oh, Tavern Brawler basically got the Savage Attacker feature. They nerfed the shit out of it. When making unarmed strikes, you roll your damage die twice and use the higher result. So no, we don't have the massive buff to Tavern Brawler. So they actually did make that fall a bit more in line, which, to be honest, is fair. We've also got things like Musician as well. You know, you've got a few extra bits here. But we can have a look at some of the more interesting ones. Things like Altered. You've been changed through magic. So this is like a origin feat, I think. You have scales, plates, or thick hides that grant you an AC of 10 plus your dexterity and constitution modifier. Interesting. Natural weapons, you have claws, fangs, or horns. Some other natural weapon you can use to make unarmed strikes to deal 1d6 damage on hit. You have dark vision with a range of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, its range increases by 30 feet. So yeah, that's an interesting little origin feat there. Charm Twister. You always have the Bless and Hex spells prepared. In addition, you gain one first level spell slot that can be used to cast them. That's pretty cool. You learn the rare Frost cantrip. Once per time you hit a creature with an attack roll and deal cold damage, you can temporarily negate the creature's defenses. The creature subtracts 1d4 from its next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn. That's kind of cool. I thought the new Great Weapon Master worked on all two-handed weapons, including bows and heavy crossbows. I don't think so. I don't know exactly how it works in tabletop. From what I understand, it needs to have the heavy property, so perhaps ranged weapons can work? There's nothing to specify Melee weapons. So yeah, it actually might do. If there's ranged weapons with the heavy property, then technically that would count, which is kind of interesting. Coldcaster is broken? You think so? I mean, I can see it. Because yeah, the saving throw debuff would apply in this game specifically to, you know, not tripping up on ice from things created by, like, Ice Knife, or, like, the items or equipment that create the cold surfaces when you deal cold damage. You can basically keep the creature in question constantly falling over, so if they're a martial, they're basically buggered. Which I can definitely see. You get the Crusher feat, so when you deal bludgeoning damage, you can move the creature 5 feet to an unoccupied space. If the target is no more than one size larger than you, and then when you score a critical hit, attack rolls against the creature will have advantage until the start of your next turn. So overall, kind of middling. You get the Cult of the Dragon Initiate, so you get to do the kind of chain that follows that. Deadly Archery. Here we go. Elves possess a natural talent for hitting the mark when using their bones. You've honed this talent almost to perfection. Your allies find their target with uncanny precision. As a bonus action, you can give yourself advantage on a ranged weapon attack roll on the current turn. You can use this bonus action only if you haven't moved during this turn, and if you use this bonus action, your speed is set to 0. Oh, so basically they turned Steady Aim from Rogue into a feat. That's interesting, I guess. Death Defiant. If an effect would kill you outright with death saving throws, or reduce you directly to 0 hit points without dealing damage, you're instead reduced to a number of hit points equal to your level. Interesting. Dragon Fear. You need to be a Dragonborn. Not really. But, you know, if you want to stay to the roleplay, you would do so. You gain an additional use of your breath weapon. You can expend one use of your breath weapon to roar, forcing each creature within 30 feet of you to make a wisdom save. On a failed save, the target becomes frightened of you for 1 minute. That's kind of cool. Dragon Hide gives you basically a mage armor effect, kind of like Draconic Sorcerer. Any greater retractable claws from the tips of your fingers. Extending or retracting the claws requires no action. These claws are natural weapons which you can use to make unarmed strikes. They deal additional 1d4 slashing damage. That's cool. So there's like a Dragonborn monk build there. Maybe using that. Or maybe like an unarmed fighting fighter. Oh, that could be cool. The Crusher feat makes me sad. My favorite weapon is the sling and they cut it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Elven Accuracy. Elven Accuracy's down here, Sylph. It's still here. But they nerfed it a little bit. Basically, whenever you have advantage on an attack roll using Dexterity, Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma, you can reroll one of the dice once. No, okay, no, that's basically the same. Actually, it's just worded differently for the mechanics of the game. So yeah, no, Elven Accuracy's still here, Sylph. It didn't go anywhere. Dragon's Guard. When you gain this feat, you can choose an elemental resistance. And when you deal damage to a creature as part of the attack or magic action on your turn, you can use the Dragon's Terror benefit of the Cult of the Dragon Initiate feat as a bonus action this turn. So yeah, so basically, the way to use that kind of feat is that you take a background that gives you the Cult of the Dragon Initiate, and then you take Dragon's Guard later, and they kind of combine together. A lot of the 2024 books have this thing where, like, they kind of have preset character feat choices, where if you take a certain origin feat, you can build on it by taking other feats the further up you go. Spellfire is another one that comes to mind, with the Spellfire Initiate and etc. Never mind, it's just as bad. Yeah. Dragon's Roar and Oath of the Crown. Ooh. Apps. Yeah, things like Dragon Slayer. The legend of Bard the Bowman has inspired many young men and women from Dale, so much that they long to prove their worth with the killing of a great monster. Oh, I think this is from the Icewind stuff. You have advantage on attack rolls against large or larger creatures. In addition, you deal additional damage with your equal to your strength modifier when you hit such creatures. Interesting. Dwarven Fortitude. Whenever you take the dodge action in combat, you can spend 1 hit die to heal yourself. Roll the die, add your con mod, and regain a number of hit points. Cool. Eldritch Adept is here. Hell yes. Love that. Wait, does Eldritch Adept let you take... It does! Wait a minute! Oh, and does it give you the ability score increase as well? Holy shit. Wait. That's insane. So you're telling me I could say, make a swords bard. No longer need to take the dip of warlock. Just get the half feat, bump up my charisma, and then take Pact to the Blade? What? Oh my god! That's insane! That's actually crazy! No, so I don't think this is not... Well, Eldritch Adept is not in the 2024 rules yet. But if you backport Tasha's, which I believe is what Eldritch Adept is from, if it's not, it's Xanathar's. Technically, yes, I think you could do this as per rules. But obviously in BG3, they've just said this is how it's going to work. Holy shit. Sorry. Sorry. I got a little excited there. That's crazy. Holy shit, I want to try that now. Oh well, we've already got over that. Let's move away. Emerald Enclave. Fledgling, you get Speak of Animals. And whenever you take the help action, you can switch places with a willing ally. This movement does not provoke opportunity. Okay. Enclave magic. You always have Spike Growth prepared. Yeah, so again, so these two are obviously meant to go together, because this is the origin feat, and then this is the next feat you would take. You can cast it once without expending a spell slot. When you cast a spell this way, it doesn't require concentration. Yeah, that's kind of part of where I got the inspiration for my ranger changes, too. Aberrant Salt Gish, can you tell I have a favorite? God, my DM would hate this. That's awesome. Fade Away. Okay, if you've never seen Fade Away, this is one of my favorite feats. You're a gnome, but you can basically immediately after you take damage, you can use a reaction to become invisible until you basically just get the invisibility condition, so it's until you attack, deal damage, etc. It's really fun. It's just a nice little kind of escape thing. And then Fairy Trickster is also a really, really fun one if you've never looked at it. When you take the disengage action on your turn, difficult terrain does not cost you any extra movement. When you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can attempt to fluster the target. Target must make a wisdom save, or have disadvantage on saving throws until the end of your next turn. That is a really cool feature. You can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. Proficiency bonus times per long rest. Basically, shorten it too. In Tasha's, it does give invocations that it doesn't give invocations that have any requirement at all. So unless you're a warlock, you get like 5 options. Okay, I see. That makes sense. But I do think would Pact of the Blade have that restriction? I'm not sure. Either way, this game lets us do it, so we're totally doing it later. Fey Touched, always the best. You gain your spells, to pick them, get your half feet, always good. Fierce Shot. The Black Arrows brought down Smaug the Black Arrow that brought down Smaug the Dragon. Is this from the Lord of the Rings book? This is Lord of the Rings. Wait a goddamn minute. Well, for those of you that don't know, there was an official Lord of the Rings supplement book that was released for D&D in a collaboration. And this mod has taken some feats from that, it would seem. Yeah, I think it is the Lord of the Rings expansion, yeah, because obviously, if you know Lord of the Rings, you know the Tale of the Black Arrow. That's kind of cool. But anyways, when making an attack with a ranged weapon, you can use your strength modifier for the attack and damage rolls. You must use the same modifier for both rolls. So essentially, this lets you become a strength-based ranged attacker, which is kind of cool. Forgotten Realms Lord friendly? Not in the slightest. Fighting Initiate, so you can grab a bump to your strength for dex and a fighting style of your choosing. Flames of Force. For tieflings, so you get your like extra little bits there, which is kind of cool. When you roll fire damage on a spell that you cast, you can re-roll a 1 on any of the fire damage dice. And whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage, you can cause those flames to wreath you until the end of your next turn. While these flames are present, any creature that hits you with a melee attack takes 1d4 fire damage, so you get to lean into the fire aspect. Genie magic. This is cool. You gain 2 first-level spell slots and 1 second-level spell slot, so you just get more spell slots on whatever class you're playing, and you get the half-feet bump as well. Gleam of Wrath. As a bonus action, you can cause a melee weapon you are wielding to emit a dim light within a 10-foot radius for 10 turns. The light is sunlight, and while the weapon gleams, it deals radiant damage instead of its normal damage type. So, kind of like the True Strike cantrip now? Okay. When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage die one additional time and add it. That's okay. Still a half feet bump, I guess. Oh man, these are all so cool. Gravekeeper. Studying funeral rites and tending to the dead's rest has made you a conduit between the worlds of the living and the dead. You gain the following benefits. Divine Channel. You gain one use of the Channel to Divinity feature from the Cleric class. Okay, this might be a contender for this choice. If you already have Channel Divinity, you can add this use of the feature to one class of your choice, and you can create the Turn Undead effect with it. Okay, so this gives you Turn Undead if you're not already a Cleric. If you're already a Cleric, you get an additional use of Channel Divinity. For some Cleric subclasses that really like their Channel Divinity, that's not a terrible option, actually. I've got on record before grabbing the Martial Adept feature as a Battlemaster Fighter just for the extra superiority die, so you know what? That's not a bad choice. Harper Agent and Harper Teamwork. So Harper Agent is actually what our main character has, for those of you who didn't see it. Basically, you get the ability to gain proficiency with musical instruments, so technically we still have that even without being a bard, which is cool. But you also get Distracting Melody. Whenever you take the Distract action to assist an ally's attack roll, the enemy you're distracting can be within 30 feet of you rather than 5 feet. So the Distract action is a new thing, which basically kind of works similarly to the Help action, except it's targeted on an enemy rather than an ally. And with this, you could basically be giving everyone advantage from far away. That's meant to roll into Harper Teamwork, in which you can take the Distract action to assist an ally's attack roll against an enemy. The enemy also has disadvantage on the first saving throw that it makes before the start of your next turn. So rather than just giving your ally advantage, you're also giving the enemy disadvantage on a save. And you have advantage on the saving throws to resist a frightened and paralyzed condition. So, it'd definitely be a fun Jaheira build here with the Harper feats. Definitely we'll have a look at that later. You've got Healer, which gives you the ability to restore hit points to a creature equal to 1d8, and you can use this ability a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. And then each time you restore hit points to a creature, they additionally heal hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So you just become a very, very effective healer. But anyways, sorry, I got slightly distracted there. I don't know if you heard my Discord ping. Let's see here. We also have Infernal Constitution, which again is specific to Tieflings. You can get the resistance to cold and poison damage and advantage on saving throws against being poisoned. So, you know, there's a little bit of a buff to Tieflings there as well. So, you know, you got a lot of fun things. Let's see. Inspiring Leader. Oh yeah, Inspiring Leader. This is another fun one. When you finish a short or long rest, you can give an inspiring performance, a speech, a song, or dance. You can use this feature once per short rest. When you do so, an ally within 30 feet of you gains temporary hit points equal to your character level plus your proficiency bonus. So that's kind of cool if you want like to be giving people a little bit of extra tankiness. You know, that's a classic. Inspiring Leader is a classic. God, there's so many more to go through. Meta Magic Adept got added, so Sorcerer's got a little bit better because you can just take this, get more Meta Magic points, get more Meta Magic features. This is awesome. We love this. Lordly Resolve, you're immune to the prone, charmed, and frightened conditions. That's actually really cool. It's simple, but effective. You also get the Lord Alliance's Agent. Once per turn when you score a critical hit against a creature, you gain Heroic Inspiration. Wait, what? That's insane. That's cool. And that's not even done. When an enemy you can see deals damage to you, you have advantage on your next attack roll against the enemy before the end of your turn. So this is just crit fishing. That on a Hexblade Warlock would go crazy. Because you gain the ability to crit on a 19 or 20. You gain consistent advantage between the Heroic Inspiration and Reassert Honor. Like, that might be the best feat for a crit fishing build I've ever seen. That's awesome. Twilight Domain PTSD intensifies. I missed some of the chat messages there. Whoops. Mountain Combatant. Oh, yeah, this is, So there is some abilities that class features get. So like Paladin gets Fine Steed and Highway Rider Rogue gets Fine Steed now. Fine Steed doesn't actually summon a steed, but it effectively treats you as being mounted for the purpose of being able to use all these different feats if you want to explore that playstyle. It's not something I'm going to focus on too much, because again, without actually getting the mount, the visual dissonance kind of destroys the roleplay in my opinion, but it's still cool that they went out of their way to include these features, so have my respect. Or a Hexadin with Elden Accuracy. Oh my god. Yes, Sylph. Hexadin with Elven Accuracy on that. With the crit boosting gear as well. Dude, it would be unstoppable. So remember when I said this mod is fairly... Okay, so for the build makers, which we all are, yes, you can break it open pretty easily. And I'll be honest, I have seen one subclass in this that I do think is a little bit busted. It's the Blade of Radiance Rogue, but who cares? It's a video game. It's a single-player game. Have fun with it. This is cool. I like this. So we can't have a trained gnome piggybagging. Sadly not. Mythful Touch. Your spellcasting unleashes surges of untamed magic. Once per turn, you can roll a 1d20 immediately after you cast a spell with a spell slot. If you roll a 20, roll on the wild magic surge effect. Oh. So just anybody can have wild magic surges now. I already see a fun playthrough with that. Nimbleness. Your skill or fortune in battle is increased with your growth and experience. You gain a +1 bonus to AC. You lose this bonus if you're incapacitated or wielding a shield. Okay. Basic, but the fact that it also boosts your dexterity, I see the potential in it. Dexterity-based dodge tank. Orchishuri, when you land a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you deal an extra dice of weapon damage. What is Resilience? While you are using Stand as One from Tyro of the Gauntlet, allies within 5 feet, if you are immune to the prone condition, have advantage on strength saves. Okay. The Lord feat is part of a chain, so you might need to wait a little bit for it to go fully online. That does make sense. That does make sense. What else do we have? Piercer. Okay, so this is like the piercing weapon equivalent of Crusher. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, you can reroll one of the attack's damage die, and you must use the new roll. Not bad. Basically Savage Attacker. Slightly worse. Enhanced Critical. When you score a critical hit with a piercing damage weapon, you can roll one additional damage die. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's basically just piercing weapons do more damage. Sure, cool. Poisoner. Spells you cast and attacks that you make ignore resistance to poison damage. In addition, when you deal poison damage with a spell, you cannot roll a 1. You gain a poisonous kit and you have proficiency with them. When you deal poison damage to a creature, it must succeed a con save or become poisoned. That is the basis for an interesting build. I like it. Purple Dragon Commandment and Purple Dragon Rook. I believe these two go together. So Purple Dragon Commandant. Encourage ally. As a bonus action, you bolster one ally you can see within 30 feet. That ally gains temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus your proficiency bonus. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses on a long rest, yada yada yada. Last Stand. You have advantage on attack rolls while bloodied. Okay. That's cool. So this is just, you are the front line, you are the tank. Paladin or Barbarian or Fighter can make great use of this. Barbarian more so for the Last Stand feature, I think. The Purple Dragon Rook gives you proficiency in Persuasion. You can choose a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus that you can see within 30 feet of yourself. Those creatures gain Heroic Inspiration. Once you use this benefit, you cannot do so again until your next long rest. Interesting. I can see a party-faced Barbarian that has a bit of a noble, righteous fury side to them. You know what? You make an Aasimar Barbarian, Purple Dragon Rook and Commandant, slightly charisma-based. Basically have it be a tertiary stat. You have a very cool and interesting character there. World Tree Barbarian for the extra temporary HP you spread around. Or Zealot Barbarian for the radiant damage. You're in the money. That's really cool. I like that build concept. Yeah, the ones that give those ASI, the upgraded ones in the line. Yes, I get you. Or better idea, double the chance with Wild Surge or Wild Magic. Oh, God. Rune Shaper. Rune Magic. You know 2 runes of your choice from the Rune Spells table. You learn the first level spells associated with those runes are shown in the Rune Spells table. I believe this is associated with Rune Knight Fighter. That would make sense. You gain 1 first level spell slot which can be used only to cast these spells. So basically they turn the runes from Rune Knight into spells just for the sake of the programming of the game, I believe. But they are runes. So yeah, so you could get Rune Magic Fog Cloud, Inflict Wounds, Chromatic Orb, Disguise Self, Burning Hands, Speak of Animals, Armor of Agathis, Goodberry, Longstrider, Command, Entangle, Sanctuary, that's good, and Thunderwave. Interesting, okay. Rune Carver background, yes, yes. That is an origin field. Shadow Touch. You choose 1 level. Yeah, so basically this is the equivalent of Fey Touch, but you get Necromancy school spells instead, and Invisibility, which is kind of cool. So you get to pick something like Wrathful Smite. Wrathful Smite is necrotic damage now? Huh. I mean, I can kind of see it, but that's an interesting change. Changing it to a Necromancy spell as well. Huh. It's insane because Armor of Agathis on any class, that is true. Armor of Agathis could be good for RuneShaper. Skill Expert, another classic. Just get expertise, don't need to go into that too much. Skulker. You have Blind Sight to a range of 10 feet. The DC to become invisible when you take the hide action is 15 instead of 20. Interesting. Okay, so the way they kind of made the hide action work, because in 2024... when you hide successfully, you are treated as having the invisible condition for some reason. It's basically like a mechanical thing. Obviously, you're not truly actually, see-through invisible, but you are treated as having the invisible condition and gain the benefits from it. The way they've handled it in BG3 is it basically has both. When you hide, you can still be stealthed, but not invisible. If you roll high enough, a 20, you become fully invisible. Skulker makes it so it's easier to reach that invisibility state. I guess. I'm sure it makes sense. Slasher. So again, kind of rounding out the Crusher, Piercer, Slasher. Hamstring. Once per turn when you hit a creature with slashing damage, you can reduce the speed of that creature by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. When you score a critical hit that deals slashing damage, it has disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of your next turn. Honestly, kind of meh. Not really my favourite. So here you have Spellfire Adept and Spellfire Spark. These two are obviously meant to go together in a build. Spells you cast and attacks you make ignore resistance to radiant damage. In addition, when you deal radiant damage with a spell, you cannot roll a 1. And it's a half feat, bumping up your mental stats. Spellfire Spark is similar, another half feat, as well as giving you magic absorption. Once per turn, when you take damage from a spell or magical effect, you can reduce the total damage taken by 1d4. You also learn the Sacred Flame cantrip. You can cast this cantrip as a bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain expended uses per long rest. Okay. This is an origin feat, pretty sure, but I think if you take it later on, it works as a half feat. Again, not 100% sure. Squat Nimbleness, increased walking speed. I'm trying to get through this a little bit quickly because I just realized how long we've been in the character creation menu. Swift Witchcraft as well. You can cast more than 1 spell that uses a spell slot on your turn. Wait, what? I did what? Okay, so this is another 2024 rule. You cannot cast more than 1 leveled spell per turn, even if you're like a meta magic using sorcerer. Swift Witchcraft removes that restriction. That's kind of like a band-aid patch, I guess. Or that feature. Tyra of the Gauntlet. You get stand as 1. When an ally within 5 feet of you is subject to an effect that would push or pull it, you can take a reaction to prevent that ally from being pushed or pulled. To receive this benefit, the ally cannot have the incapacitated condition. Kind of meh. And then finally, the last two, Zentrum Ruffian and Zentrum Tactics. Zentrum Ruffian gives you the ability to exploit opening. When you roll damage for an opportunity attack, you roll the damage dice twice and use either roll against the target. And once per long rest, you grant yourself and allies within 30 feet of you advantage on initiative rolls. Okay, not bad. It's not something I would seek out using as opportunity attacks on always crazy. I mean, I see this with a Sentinel Polar Master build, but even then, that's not as powerful as it used to be. So I could see this having a place, but I don't think it's the greatest. Then you get Zentrum Tactics. Immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you hits you with a melee attack, you can make an opportunity attack against that creature. That's good. And you choose a skill in which you have proficiency, you gain expertise in that skill. That's also good. Okay, Zentrum Tactics. Very good. Polar Master Sentinel looking a bit better now. You can fit all that in somehow. That's pretty cool. Definitely on a fighter that gets that extra feat for sure. So yeah, I mean, Skill proficiencies. We're gonna get stealth ×2. Not bad. So yeah, that would be if we took center and tactics. So I think for this one, I wanted to take. Where is it? I think it was Gravekeeper. The extra channel divinity, just to see if it works. Or what do we actually want to take? Pretty sure his Enterim one is pretty good on rope. What we could do... You could also go for Magic Initiate Cleric and get more spells, but I don't think we need to... What would be good on you? Shadowheart. I can actually see Shadowheart going a little bit down the Polar Master route, because obviously we're going to get the Spear eventually. You could go for Shadow Touched as well. Honestly, it fits. Actually, Shadow Touched fits really well. Gives us the invisibility spell and a spell of our choice from the Illusion or Necromancy schools, in which we could grab Wrathful Smite for a big old smack attack. Screw it, why not? Just for the sake. Moving on. Okay. Ability points aside, we'll put an extra bit into Wisdom and we can get that bumped up a bit later. Altered for the Werewolf. Ooh, wait. You kind of have a point. Again, I'll explore that in a future build video. We have to move on. We literally just read like every feat in the game and it took, what, an hour? Let's move on just a little bit. Make sure we group everyone as well, because for some reason they were ungrouped. Okay. Moving swiftly along. Let us see. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for. I did intend to stop around the 4:30 mark, but I'm going to go a little bit longer just because we spent so much time just reading feats. But I might stop soon. Didn't I do... Oh, guys. This is how many builds I've made. Did I do a Werewolf Shadowheart? I can't remember. Did I do a Werewolf-inspired Shadowheart? Can somebody remind me, please? Because I feel like I have. Can't remember. That feels like a thing I've done, but I can't actually remember. Am I crazy?
Not dead and heroic.
Am I crazy? Wait, this might not... For Halloween, I think? Yes, you did. Yes, okay, cool. I could have swore I did.
Now here's somebody special. The absolute.
I did. Thank you. I could not remember. That was that weird Halloween series of builds. That was the same one where I made Gale like Jekyll and Hyde, right? I'm pretty sure.
A priestess.
Yeah, for Halloween. Yeah, okay, I did.
One of the leaders. No doubt
God, it's
about
been
it.
so long.
Let's make her squeal.
What's that?
Damn, Will.
Tell your friend to keep quiet.
Did it as part of the
Or
Universal
he'll
Monster
lose
series.
his good
That was
eye.
it. That was it. I've made so many build videos, guys, that they all get blurred into one. Like, you could probably... I guarantee you guys could go to my channel, name off a random build that I did, and I won't even remember doing it, because there's just so bloody many. Like, there's so many. So many.
Ready for the fire, are ya? Shows our devotion to the absolute. These maggots see how strong we are with her guidance. Whole camp
Yes, one
will
of
be
my favorites.
branded
Hey,
soon,
nice.
And you should be too. You ready? Brace yourself. This'll sting.
Alright, let's get the brands just for the potential buffs it can give later. Why not?
Hold still.
My guy, this character is just the type of character that will try anything at least
Pain
once.
muddles your thoughts, your minds become entangled. A familiar sensation. She too carries a parasite. Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the goblin priestess receiving instruction from a handsome young man. One of the chosen.
A handsome young man.
Vision
And then I
dissolves
picture
away.
Gortash.
You stand
God.
before the goblin priestess in the temple once again.
Thank the gods it's Friday. Hey, Steve. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Her faith floods into you, a tide of shuddering ecstasy.
Time for a tattoo.
Her tadpole nestles within
Yeah,
that
no, it
mania.
is a Friday today.
Secure, hidden.
Oh, well, there's no rest for the wicked. I've got
feel
so
you in
much to
there,
do after the stream.
Digging around works both ways. And I saw
He is
some
anything but
weird
sensible, young.
shadows
Exactly.
spinning around
You
in
understand
your head
it.
just now. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls got to look out for one another.
Do you think you can fix whatever's called? Can we talk privately? Here we go.
Don't want this rabble interfering with true soul business. Let's go to my chapel.
Oi, priestess.
Acted like us.
We want them all.
Why do they think they're talking to a god?
With cake, cookies. Oh,
No
you
interest
lucky.
in chatting to the absolute.
Oh, we've leveled up.
self.
Hello.
Enough going on.
Oh, great. Now we're back to the feats. Alright, Gunslinger level 4. So I'll be honest, I'm not sure Sharpshooter's worth it anymore. Because it's not... Yeah, your ranged weapon attacks do not receive penalties from high ground rules. Actually, that alone might make it worth it. Being within 5 feet of an enemy doesn't impose disadvantage on your attack. Ah, no, I said that, but... This actually is worth it alone, I think. I think Sharpshooter is still worth it, and I can't immediately think... Other than, like, Deadly Archery... Maybe later on... The Sharpshooter probably is actually worth it, because honestly, just ignoring all this bullshit is good. Next person to level up is... Everybody gets a level. Karlak, who is going to get an additional weapon mastery. Interesting. So we've got Cleave and Topple. We definitely got to take Graze if we ever do slap her with the Greatsword. What am I giving you, though, as your feat? Tough is always good. Savage Attack is always good. But we got all this fun stuff down here. I don't think we need Flames. We did have another Tiefling specific one that I think would have worked for her. Let me see if I can. What is Resilience? You have resistance to cold and poison damage. You have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned. This one basically giving us, we'd have physical, fire, cold, and poison resistance. That's a lot of resistances. That's quite good. An angel with a gun? Where have I heard this before? Oh no. Oh no, I didn't even think of that. That's good. Yeah, no, I might take Infernal Constitution just for the sake of taking something new and giving us more resistances. I know it's a basic bitch option, but it honestly works. Unless we want to try something else. I'm just going to quickly scroll through. Lord Feet Tree for her Law of Gortash? Oh, maybe. You're immune to the prone, charmed, and frightened. Honestly, that's not bad. Actually, no. Reassert Honor works for her really well, because the, when an attack deals damage to you, you have advantage on your next attack roll against the enemy. Yeah, no, then we don't have to do Reckless Attack. But then we get Reckless Attack, but then we don't have to do Reckless Attack, and we can just become a bit more tanky. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Let's grab both these feats as we go. What about Darkfire Shortbow sniping? I like how your comment got cut off there, like you just got stopped because someone had mentioned, like you mentioned the Darkfire Shortbow again, so you just got cut off mid-sentence. That's hilarious. We can pick up Blooming Blade here, as well as... we got other level 2 spells. Hell's Lash could be fun, as well as... We could do Shadow Blade shenanigans as well for him, which could also be fun. Dark Bolt, though, is a cool new spell, and I want to try it. And then for you, we could go for Eldritch Adept and get you another Invocation, maybe, and start stacking up on them. Let's see. Oh no, Eclipse and Steve are teaming up. Uh-oh. Right, let's see. Where's Eldritch? I think that's my... Where is Eldritch? There it is. Can't read for some reason. Yeah, we'll bump up our Charisma. And we can grab anything up to level 4, so anything level 2 and down. We grab Pact of the Tome, giving us Guidance, Vicious Mockery, and Thorn Whip. Fun. Let's give any faces. Eldritch Spear. All the cantrips that deal damage and have their range increased by 1.5 times when you cast them. That's cool as well, actually. There's also Repelling Blast. And you know what? We can just take that, maybe. Oh, screw it. I want to sniper Eldritch Blast. That's going to be fun. Again, I'm not spending too much time on this because I just want to kind of get back to actually playing the game. I'll maybe go through the choices off stream. Maybe I'll do proper builds. Who knows? But for now, we just chilling. Right, we need to close the door behind us. I said we need to close the door behind us, gang. Come on, in you come.
Come here. I ain't waiting around.
You know it, girl. Damn. Okay. Damn.
Ready to clear your head?
Change of plan.
The absolute.
All right, gunslinger time. I did not short rest first. I don't have any of my rest die. I've made a mistake. That is okay. We will be fine.
No holding back.
Right, we can now... Let's try this new Dark Bolt spell. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That didn't do as much as I would like, but I think it's because I missed one of them. That with Cold Caster would be pretty good, probably. We're going to... Wait, can I go silent? No, let's use Command, and let's make you... Grovel. Never mind, that's very unlikely to work. Although we could cast... Let's try this new Wrathful Smite, actually. Why not?
Strike hard, strike fast.
And they are frightened. And they saved against the fright. Holy bollocks! They can both use Hellish Rebuke. Oh! Oh. Shit. I didn't kill him in time. Oh, shit, shit. No, 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 no. Wait. Whoops. Don't reload the save. Don't reload the save. Don't reload the save.
Poor fucker.
Don't reload the save. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Wait, is that a separate map? It is. Wait, we could actually sneak away and come back. Hold up. Hold up. We can sneak away and come back. Okay. Oh, there's Sky! Hey, buddy! The rebuke combo looks so cool. Yeah, I know. When I saw that come up, I had to do it. It looked so sick. Wait, no, it's just these guys that are immediately outside. As long as one of them doesn't bang the drum. Wait, we can still save this. Who's going to bang the drum? It's this guy who has 14 HP. Can I kill him in time? Is the question. I might have a chance to find it. Yeah, I'm going to use... Never mind! I think everyone's alerted, aren't they? I'll tell that far. You know what? I'm just going to fight. I'm not going to hide. I'm going to fight. Okay. Now, thanks to Sharpshooter, I don't have to think about this anymore. Bam! You're dead. Critical hit. Let's go.
No holding back.
Will...
No time to waste.
Yeah, you're right. We do not have time to waste. You need to start shooting folk. Nice, 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 nice. Drink a potion because you're a bit low.
On my way.
Let's, do these guys have aid already? I think they do, so yeah, because I cast it earlier. So we're gonna go, let's try this Searing Orb move out. It's kind of like a Radiant Fireball of sorts. Okay, wabam! Welp! Never mind, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna attempt to hide bonus action. Which I did! No, 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 no! Wait, Karlach. Karlach, you have a ranged weapon. Karlach, you have a ranged weapon. You also have Firebolt, but you also have a ranged weapon. Right, Karlach. Need you to roll high on this. 55% chance. Okay, halfway there. Something, something living on a prayer. As you can see, it's going great so far. Don't Eldritch Blast my Warlock. Don't use irony on me. Where are they coming from? Okay, that was the dude who was frightened, so we don't have to worry about that. They're stuck in place. Okay. Gunslinger time. Gunslinger time. We need to do some gunslinger shenanigans. Okay, we got this.
Time for mercy.
Damn it! Okay, chuck a potion.
On the victor's path.
We need to get this guy before he alerts the entire place. Can Will get to a point where he can shoot this person? No. Unless I jump as a bonus action to get out of the doorway, I might be able to. Not enough movement. Oh. Go on, Will. Go on, Will. Take the shot. Yes! Okay, we stopped the drums. That's a really good shout. Alright, drink another potion because you are low. Oh, hi, friends. Oh, now we're in trouble. I liked your redemptive Will build. I used a custom companions mod to duplicate Karlach before her accident to keep her at the camp to simulate you're being tortured by memories of Karlach. Jesus Christ, David. That's taking it a bit further than I did. That's still cool, though. I like it. I'll smack him. I forgot about Armor of Agathis. That's my bad. Oh, not Rowan Moonglow. I also forgot she's a bard. Interesting. Okay, Karlach. You're going to have to dash unless... Can you jump that? You can! Let's go. Strength builds for the win. You're going to shoot... Who needs to be shot? Baldur, really. Shoot him! Damn it! Ha! You missed! Okay, we need to start killing folks real bad. You're probably fine. Why? Well, 64% chance to hit. Bet. We take those.
On the victor's path.
Let's do a actual blade attack since we're close. Broken their concentration on Bless. Nice. Will probably goes down here, to be honest, actually, because they're going to target him. Or not. Wait, Zero's sturdy? Oh, this mod adds so much new stuff. I'm barely keeping up. Right, okay. Shadowheart, we need to do some healing. Shadowheart, can you reach Will with the Cure Wounds? Yes, you can. We're going to do that. Level 2. Oh, and he gets a Blade Ward for the trouble. Very nice. Let's back you around the corner. We're going to keep our healer safe and hit him.
Hide them facts sometimes.
Oh, 07 Drake for Claven Act 2. I know. Not that I could exploit that as much as I used to anyway, but still. Right, come on. Ooh, 55% chance, but a chance to kill, or 60% chance. Well, let's just 60. Oh, exact damage. Nice. God damn it. Okay, right, we're gonna start taking you out. Die. Whoa, I am hitting these crits. This is weird. I know Gunslinger has an ability for crits, but I shouldn't be hitting them this consistently. Let's go for Eldritch Blast on... Okay, you're all pretty tough. But you are also the last ones remaining, so we're just going to start. Oh yes! Form of Dread inflicts Frightened! Let's go! There's a lot of fear in our party's ability set, and they immediately saved. God damn it. We're being shot! Unless you knock out... Oh, that's true. We could knock out these three, actually. Let's do that. Yeah, I didn't expect you to still be hidden, but that's fine. Let's... Yeah, actually, you know what we could do? Try this. Yeah, try shooting us now. Try shooting over here. Alright, now that you're close, you can attack with advantage. We will be knocking you out, hopefully. Oh, let's use Life-Giving Force on Will. There we go. Right, we want to start shooting folk. These low levels, guys, a lack of extra attack, you feel it. 1 down, 2 to go. Can I get an advantage attack on you, melee, to try and knock you out? Damn. Okay. I think I'm too far in. Let's... Kind of like a little touch-up. Nothing crazy. Now, if you try to move, you're going to take an opportunity. Okay. Never mind. Right, okay. Let's... I'm just going to send you off to this one. No, we don't need to reroll the cleave hit. That's fine. Let's shoot you again. Go. Melee attack to try and knock you out. Nope. Go on, run away. Take an opportunity attack. Reckless attack. Damn it. They're going to get too far away and it might trigger the other pack. Be a little careful. Right, we're going to knock you out. Verifier's concentration's broken. Very nice. I should not have said anything.
Well.
Oh, get him, get him, get him. Oh my god. Hit them! Karlach, what are we doing? What are we doing? Right. That one's gone. Okay, now we just need the melees to knock this one out. Bonk. And bonk.
You should search that corpse.
Oh, Priest of Scalps. What corpse? I didn't kill them. Well, let's activate a short rest to get our abilities back. Start spending some hit die to heal. For the most part, we should be okay. Yes, let's go to True Soul. My flare parasite. We'll steal that. We'll take this. I'm not proficient with shields, sadly. I was able to take that. We'll steal this. Read the note. Take it anyway. We'll take this just to sell it. Cool. Okay. Quick save there. Okay. The rage just blinded her. Yeah, no, that explains the consistent missing for sure. Right. I think the rest of them aren't hostile. Because we managed to stop the drum from being rung. So we've actually done ourselves a huge favor by taking out a massive pack of them early on. Let's not go to Draw Raglan's room yet. I'd much rather... Just because I don't want to trigger that encounter early by failing the checks. So we're going to go speak to Minthara and then house him. Shall we? Because I do want to get Minthara in this playthrough, if at all possible.
Very well.
Your scouting party has not returned, and half of the intruders escaped your guards.
Although, actually, I do think this will be the last thing I'll have to do before ending stream, as I do have other things I need to do today. So we'll finish up this conversation with Minthara.
I will take something
we'll call
precious from you every hour that passes. A trinket, a tongue, a limb.
I ain't no use without my limbs. The lad'll make the prisoner squeal soon enough. I swear.
Silence now, creature. Or I will silence you forever.
I still love the design of the drow armor in this game. Like, it's so good.
As she turns to you, her thoughts mingle with yours. A cold hand caressing your brain. The chamber melts away to reveal a dark, endless nowhere. In it, you see a vision. The drow listens as a pale-eyed young woman whispers in her ear.
Pale-eyed is putting it mildly.
One of the chosen. The vision fades away.
A true soul? Praise be. Are you here to join my hunt?
Who's the target?
Worshippers of a false god. Their existence is an
Zora, I don't
insult to the
understand, but
Absolute's
Thora, I
claim on
do.
this region. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there. We will find it amongst the dead and the ashes.
Her excitement is palpable. She lingers on thoughts of victory, of unbelievers' blood spilled, and of the weapon. She will seize it, in the Absolute's name. You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks, it's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the goblin camp. Her mind focuses. The cultists cannot discover that the weapon they seek
So
is
close
within
yet so
their
far.
grasp.
I know, right?
The thief, whimpering in our dungeon, tried to flee to their sanctuary. We will continue to remove parts of him until he tells us exactly where it is. He's been resilient, but he'll talk.
She is seeking the grove you visited. Already you feel her mind closing around yours.
Speak, true soul. The hunt must begin soon. Excellent. Be sure not to kill him before he talks.
Okay.
Prizes for guessing what this weapon thereafter really is.
Well, I believe in our next stream we shall be finishing off the Goblin Camp and then probably moving to the Underdark. However, as I said, I do have other things I need to get done today. I need to go sort out some stuff around the house. And then I have to go and finish working on preparations for tomorrow, just triple checking everything. But thank you all for coming out to today's stream. Another amazing turnout as always. Great to see all the familiar faces and having so many people come and turn out, whether you're lurking or chatting. And obviously, again, we're all doing this in service of a great cause. I will be around tomorrow on Red's stream, again DMing the Scooby one-shot. One-shot in quotations, I say, as it's probably run over to another session knowing us, but hey ho. But I really do hope that you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys come out to see us tomorrow. I'll post in the Discord when we're going live over there. But I will be looking forward to seeing you all again next time. So yes, thank you for saying thank you, everybody. Yeah, everyone enjoy your weekends. Have a good one. I will probably be back next Wednesday, barring any changes in my schedule, to continue. So yeah, thank you all for coming out. I will see you all next time. Catch you later.